Oh, 44100 waveforms look so different.
What do you mean?
Goat noises.
Yeah, was there a goat in the background?
Yeah,
No?
that was my sacrificial one.
Oh.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the JunkCast. Today is episode 10, possibly.
Something.
Possibly.
Yes. We are rejoined by Beatnik because he has finally moved house, and also Apple Juice. Apple Babble.
Yeah, what's up? Apple Julius.
Whichever name you're going
Apple Julius.
Yeah.
Apple Julius, isn't it?
You better refer me to my actual name, you swine. I mean,
Why Apple Julius?
well, because it's a nice name.
Ask Tom. I think Tom's the one you need to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't come up with it, so...
Therefore, it's a
ask
good
the
nickname.
maker. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fair enough. All right. So, Pete, I don't know if you were here since we made the new revamp to the structure of the the podcast. But last week we did a little segment at the start. Well, not last week, the week before, where we talk about what we've been doing for the past week,
Ah,
just to sort of start things off.
alright.
It eases things in. So, seeing as you're back, what have you been up to for the past week or two?
It is,
Yeah.
yep, pretty much all just been moving. I had a bit of time to do that little vlog update of what's going on. And that's pretty much the extent of the amount of time I've had to put into my channel since. It's just been a lot of moving into the new house and organising. But we're finally, pretty much done. Tomorrow I'm going to start recording a Let's Play again finally. And, yes. I've also set up for Twitch now, which is cool. Something new and different. I still don't know what I'm going to do with
Been playing
that.
any games? Been playing games?
The main one I've had a chance to play is Oli Oli 2. They released that on the PS4 for the PlayStation Plus subscription. So you got that for free, and started off just going, oh yeah, this is fun because it's all short rounds, and going, yeah, this is cool to just do in between doing other things like cooking or whatever. And then suddenly the game got really awesome, and it's like Trials with how addictive it is. You start off just with simple courses that you can just get through with a bit of effort, and you learn a bit as you go, and then towards the end suddenly it's really difficult, and it gets so much more rewarding when you finally do pass it. It's addictive.
Yeah, I've got Oli Oli 1, but I haven't actually managed to get around to playing it.
Give it a
I
shot.
wasn't sure if it would be worth the time or not. 'Cause, I've seen mixed stuff about it. People saying, it's not really that great, and people saying, oh my god, it's good. It's great.
I haven't seen anything bad about it.
I've been seeing people complain that it's quite clunky and stuff, and also about the fact of you have to have button impresses and stuff to land properly, which always fucks with people.
See, I actually quite like that because it forces you to do, everything has to be on purpose. You can't accidentally, or you can't fluff your way through the track. You can't sit there and just go, oh yeah, I'll do a random trick and then I'm going to land it and blah blah blah. You got to actually go, okay, this is when I'm going to land, this is when I'm going to grind, this is when I'm going to manual out of it, this is when I'm going to do this or that. And it makes everything very definitive, and it has to be done on purpose, which I think is what adds to the difficulty and makes it such a good challenge.
Sounds like Trials in that respect.
Yeah, and because they're so short and it's got the retry mechanics, so it is like Trials where you do it and you'll get to the same spot over and over trying it different ways and just go, restart, and eventually you'll get it and just be like, yes, now I've got this. So it's very much like Trials in that respect, which is really fun. And it also, having the whole X to land mechanic works really well for opening up some different pathing in later levels. So you have to make sure you're not pressing buttons at specific times so that you'll bypass different paths, and then you can get to the area you want. And I don't know, it's just made for some really creative level design in Oli Oli 2. I'm not sure if it might have been some of the things that made it clunky in the first one, but for the second one it's really fun. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Might actually get on with that.
I'd be curious to see what you think now. And see whether
I've got
it was just between the two
massive
versions.
list. I've got a massive list of games to play through, but when I hear recommendations, I tend to push them to the top.
Is it constant juggling of listening to opinions and going, ooh, I need to do that?
Pretty much. Like, Fallout 1, Apple recommended, and I started playing that.
Oh my god, me and Fallout 1 have like a very special history together. My whole childhood basically was spent on those games. I just love Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 respectively.
You're really into your strategy, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I like Age of Empires, Civ, StarCraft 2. I basically don't play them as much as I want to because not a lot of people play them, and basically playing by yourself isn't as fun as playing with other people.
Do you play Age of Mythology though, is the question?
Yes. Yes, I do.
That's my favorite Age. Like, I love Age games, but Age of Mythology is like my favorite, although it's fucking hard.
It's weird how it works. Me and my brother used to play it, but like we used to always like screw up somehow with it. Like, would
yeah, 'cause you have upgrade trees and stuff as you go.
It's hard to explain, but like we just find a way to screw up in those games.
Yeah, it felt a lot harder than Age of Empires. Like, that's what I noticed.
Yeah.
And you could always screw yourself over so majorly, and also the computer was so ruthless. It's like, you made one mistake, screw you, I've just lit your place on fire.
Yeah. Especially when I was like younger, there was like one mission I couldn't go past. It was like hitting a brick wall. I couldn't at that time. I bet if I play it now, I could easily beat that mission, but my 8-year-old self was just like, nope, can't do it. Then I just gave up.
I still can't do any games like that. I'm a shocker at RTS. The second we get into Civ, I am just like shitting myself with how bad it's going to be.
I love Civ.
I'm okay with some, not with all. Like, I've been wanting to get into Endless Legend, but I've heard it is so fucking complicated.
More complicated than Civ.
Yeah, but it looks so cool.
I tried.
Like,
it does.
I bought like the premium one and stuff, so I got like all the extra stuff, and I haven't got into it yet just because it's so complicated.
I tried Legend of Dungeon, and that wasn't. I didn't really know much about the game aside from hearing lots of recommendations for it, and wow, that game is punishing.
It's an old school roguelike.
Not sort of. It's more trying to be
Isn't
old
it,
school rather than being old school. If like,
Yeah.
it's a newish game, but yeah, it's going for old school roguelike type thing, and it's just punishing the way that it amps up the difficulty as you're getting to the objective of getting to the next floor or whatever it was. It's been a while since I played it.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet. I've got that on my list of roguelikes I need to play.
But yeah, what have you been up to, Apple?
I'm trying to think here. What have I been up to? Basically, just uni, really. If it's not uni, then I'm just studying, and a lot of my time is just spent into, doing work, my, assignments. There's so many stuff I still have to do, and being so stressed this week.
Are you getting much of a chance to game at all, or?
Yeah, every now and then. Like, sometimes I'm just like, I have to play some games, or I just go insane because I needed some way to like release the stress. But this week I have chosen a game that does not release stress at all. Have you guys played Punch-Out before?
Punch-Out? No.
No.
Punch-Out.
I
I've
saw that
gone
on
back
Twitter.
into that.
Is that Nintendo?
Yeah. One of the most hardest games, debatably, Nintendo has released. Basically, I'm up to Mike Tyson, and I have proof. I knocked him down, but like I was literally sweating. Because this game, you need to be in the right state of mind to compete in. Like, it's that hard. You have to be, like, your mental state has to be there, and you have to be, like, physically capable of concentrating for a long period of time. I can just drag this into Skype. Wait a second. Or can I not?
I saw on Twitter your picture of like Mike Tyson downed. I thought you'd like beaten him because I don't really understand how Punch-Out works. So I saw his bar was empty and I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
GG.
Basically, knocking him down once is an achievement, but to do it like TKO, you have to knock him down 3 times in 3 minutes.
Oh wow!
And I TK'd him in the second round, which was bullshit, insanely hard.
Nice.
What you basically have to do is, like, in the first round, you have to, when he throws his like death punches, you have to dodge and punch him twice, so that will give him to like 20% health for the next round, and in the first 30 seconds you have to knock him down, and then
climb on top of him, punch him in the dick a few times.
Yeah, basically. I'm making it sound a lot more easier than it actually is, because a lot of his punches, especially in the first like minute 30 of the first round, is like instant death. It's
Mike Tyson, to be fair.
Yeah, I know, but like, literally I had sweat on the first round forming because I was like trying hard. It was not the perfect game to release stress, because afterwards I just felt more stressed than I did before.
Sounds like trials in that respect.
Yeah, I felt more stressed. Like, most people play games to like de-stress and like, you know, take out the edge off the day. I play games to do the opposite, mostly. To put stress and make my day that much more harder.
Overcome that challenge.
To overcome the challenge, yeah. To push myself.
It's a good release though, once you've overcome that.
Yeah, once you get it,
I felt so good when I cut him down. Like, I saw his health drop, and I knew, like, if I knocked him down one more time, like, I would win. And I felt so much adrenaline. I feel like I jumped off a building or something at that point. I was like, damn it, I'm gonna do it!
I love it. They're like the best moments in gaming, when you actually realise afterwards you're sitting there shaking and you're like, holy crap, I'm actually like, whoa.
I know. Like, once I beat him, I just felt so good. Oh my god. I spent hours and hours. I spent like literally the whole day trying to beat him. And then at the end of the day, I knocked him down and it felt so good. God. So, at least I parted with some stress taken off. And I felt triumphant. So yeah, that was my week. I beat Punch-Out. I'm actually getting back in Team Fortress 2.
Oh, good man.
It always sucks me back in, too. It's so weird, like, for a couple months, I kind of just don't play it, and then suddenly I start playing it again. It's like, wow, in that retrospect. I don't know. I don't know why. I just, like, one day I was like, oh, I can go with some Team Fortress 2. Then the whole week, just Team Fortress 2.
I need to jump back into it. It's been too long since I've played. It is easily one of the games I put the most hours into out of anything, and I've just neglected it for too long, and it's still so much fun. Every time you jump in, you're like, that's right, this game is awesome.
I know. Like, I don't play with friends, and it's still like a very, very good time, which is weird. You don't get to say that about many games, like Civilization. I tried to play a multiplayer game in that, and it didn't go so well. Everyone ganged up on me. It was horrible. To be fair,
People
though, I was winning.
Oh. Yeah, but you put hours and hours and hours into that game. Like, you got it. It was like, yeah, Age of Empire, Civilization 5. Just constantly.
I only played 120 hours.
Only?
In like a day.
Only 120 hours, don't worry.
Yeah. You played more than me, and I've owned it for like 2 years.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you play other games. I am more of a binge type of person with my games. I tend to play one game for a very long time.
I don't. I play a lot of the same game most of the time. 295 hours in Payday 2.
Far out.
That's not much. How long have you been playing that?
295 hours?
No, for like over how many years? Or like months?
About a year, maybe? But I stop for long periods of time and then, yeah.
Far out. I don't have the attention span to stay on a game for that long. TF2 is going to be like one of the few exclusions from that. Because that one I've got... TF2 I've got 626 hours. And I stopped playing years ago.
I have 2,092 hours in TF2.
How many?
2,092.
Holy crap. I was proud of 600. What?
Yeah. When I like binge on a game, I really have a go at it. For like a month, I constantly, every chance I get, I play it for months on end, and that's why I get ridiculous amount of hours in some games, and others like I don't get any. Like Gary's Mod, only 62, and Cave Story only 13.
Could be worse. A friend of mine has 2,205 hours in TF2.
Wait, 22,000?
Yeah, 2,200. 2,205.
Was it
2,205. Yeah, he's the professional one.
Oh. Well, obviously, because does he do it as a living, or does he just do it?
I think he just does it in like leagues and stuff, like has a team and stuff. I don't know, can you earn money off TF2?
Yeah.
It's not as big as other games though.
Yeah. It's not as big, but you can.
Maybe he does. I don't know.
It also depend on your where you're located as well. So I think the Oz Fortress is the only real league that's still going in Australia.
Yeah, it's a bit sad. I was actually going to do more competition in the TF2 side, but it's too much work.
I was very heavily into it back in the day. I was in a clan and I ended up captaining that team for a bit, and it was more casual players, but we still managed to do decently in like the game arena ladder. That was good fun, but yeah, it's just it gets very full on once you start getting into the real competitive stuff, and suddenly you need to practice and everything, and it's just like no, don't have the time to just spend that much into just practicing strats and things like that.
Yeah, that's what's keeping me away from like going to like MLG type levels with my games, because like I just play games to have fun. I don't like see it as a job.
It's like you like getting that challenge and overcoming it yourself, but once you put it in a competition setting, and when there's like all the stress behind it of winning to like not let your team down or whatever, or you got to beat the other person, suddenly it's just this added stress that takes the fun out of it sometimes.
Yeah, and like what's worse is like some people who live on like money they earn from like gaming, they have the added pressure of like, if I don't win this, I might not eat.
Yeah.
Next
Oh
week.
man, that would be horrible. Especially in like some of the smaller games where there isn't that much money in it, yet you're still able to earn your living. But hey, if this guy flukes that shot, that's it. No food for a week.
I know. That would be like the most horrible living I can imagine. Even if you love games, like going weeks without food because you've messed up that one tiny little thing, and your opponent played like perfectly, and I don't know, there was a fly, it landed on your nose and you got distracted.
Mind you, this is where things like YouTube and Twitch are great, because suddenly something where your primary income isn't like guaranteed, suddenly you can use that fame to start getting the money off of your ad revenue, which is, I don't know, I guess would bridge that gap and make it not as bad if you lost.
Yeah. I guess you could like also do like YouTube and stuff like that if you really love games and you're trying to like do more with it, not having to like go weeks without food. I can't even imagine that. I love my food.
Well, we have digressed.
Yeah. I'm looking at Punch-Out on DeviantArt. I don't even know how I got here. Help me.
Wait, what? Punch-Out on DeviantArt?
Wow.
It's just like fan fictions of Mike Tyson and Little Mac.
Is everyone like taking out their frustrations in art form on Mike
Yes.
Tyson?
Lots and lots and lots of pictures of Little Mac knocking up Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Nice.
I couldn't do it, so I drew it.
There would be so many people doing that though, because like even me, who has beaten Mac Tyson as like a younger boy, still find it very, very difficult doing it again. I still can't believe it that I actually beaten Mike Tyson before like now. Like I think I've beaten it like before I was 13 or something ridiculous like that, but I remember just like the feeling of like winning, and I felt that again. So good. Anyway, yeah, that was my week. Sorry if I dragged out too long.
That's fine.
All part of the
No
fun.
issues at all.
So you, Alex, what have you been up to?
This week I've been cleaning up the PC room because we're trying to move a bed into it.
Oh.
Because, yeah, well, like, not really a bed, but like a futon, so it's more accessible for like hanging out in.
Okay.
But at the moment, because like when we moved in, we kind of just used this room. We set it up as a temporary PC room and then used it as a storeroom at the same time. So this has like the entire house's content of stuff in it. So we've got to like clear that out. But it's kind of like moving, except we never unpacked because this stuff is all in boxes still. It's stuff that was never going to be unpacked. It was just brought here because I don't know why, and it's here, and we're going to be clearing that out and putting a futon in this room. I also got a sombrero the other day. Which is cool.
Nice.
Yeah, like there's a store nearby who just sells like everything. It's like they're a clothes store, but they're like, I don't know, like what sort of, they don't put prices on things. They're very laid back. They're basically just like, you pick up something, take it to the till. It's like, oh, how much is this? And they're just like, John, how much is that stuff? And they'll be like, oh, 20 quid. How's 20 quid sound? Can you do 15? Can we do 15? Yeah, okay. That's pretty much how it goes.
Nice.
And like they have hundreds and hundreds of clothes. They just have like buckets and just clothes piled on clothes and clothes. They have like old movie props and stuff as well there. Like you know, Top Gun.
Yeah.
They have like the Top Gun flight suit there. Just like one of those hung up, and it's just like, what? They have like 1970s sort of like very long white ball jacket things, like, you know, guys would wear with like the massive coattails that hang to the floor. They have those and stuff, and they have racks of these, and it's like, how the frick do you keep all this stuff?
So this is like a thrift shop, or?
Effectively, yeah.
Okay.
It's like the only one in the UK sort of thing, to my knowledge. But they have like so much stock that they hang it outside of their building on the building windowsills and stuff. They just hang it from the windows. But yeah, like they had a sombrero there, and I was like, I need this. But yeah, apart from that, gaming wise, I've been playing an absolute ton of Payday because they've been going batshit with updates lately. Like they recently had the Hype Train event, which was an event over spring break.
Wait,
where leading up to spring break,
it was literally called the Hype Train?
Yes, it was called the Hype Train. The video on their website was all the characters from Payday hanging off of a train which was flying through the sky and on fire.
I need to find this now.
It's completely batshit, but like what they did was like they had a 30-day period before which they released 2 packs, the Overkill pack and the Completely Overkill pack. The Completely Overkill pack was basically like, I think it was like £20 or so, but it was like 4 masks and secret content that would be coming later. That was basically just designed if you wanted just to support the company, pretty much. That's why there's hardly any content. The Overkill pack had a minigun, a rocket launcher, and what else was there? There's a minigun and a rocket launcher, and there's some other thing in there, and that was like £4 or something. But yeah, like they also did a conjunction thing in conjunction with donation, and like any purchases of Hotline Miami 2 like added to the hype train and builded up the hype fuel and stuff, and they had a big like thing when they reached 2 million hype fuel, that would be every single event, and they unlocked every single event. And it was literally like a week of updates, like daily. It would just be like, here's some new gun parts, here's a new character, here's a new heist, here's a preview for like the biggest heist we're ever going to do ever.
Far out.
And like during this they added the car shop, which was basically used as a prototype tech demo thing, which involved driving for the first time in Payday.
Oh wow.
Which is so fun. I can't stress how hilariously fun. Like, me and a few friends did it and that, and we like all just jumped into cars, and you've got to like drive off a thing and then you race to the docks, but we were just crashing into each other, and like because the all the physics aren't there properly and stuff, we were like throwing each other around this like tunnel. It took us ages to complete it because we just kept crashing into each other.
As you do.
Yeah, and then like literally that's just ended, which had like a few heists and stuff like that, and then basically straight after that they released the barbecue pack, which was like another weapon pack thing, because they do a lot of weapon packs, but they're always fun weapons. The barbecue pack involved a new grenade launcher that fired incendiary rounds, a new shotgun, which is I forgot, it's like one of the most powerful shotguns in the world. It has like a drum barrel thing. I don't know, a friend of mine explained it to me, but I don't know, it's a drum barrel shotgun.
I think I know the one.
Which has, that, and they've added the ability to have incendiary rounds on shotguns, and they've added a flamethrower.
Yes. I need to play this game again, and I need that gun.
Yeah.
I haven't played this
me
game
and a
at
friend
all.
were just running around with flamethrowers.
It's a pretty good game.
It's hilarious. It is. It's really good.
Never
I
played
put
it before
a lot of hours
myself.
in. It's great fun, but I've been doing a lot of that lately. I completed Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Nice.
Oh.
That was fun.
Do you rate it? Is it good? Do I need to play it? Or does it get a bit boring after the first episode?
No, it's weird. It's like I want to recommend it.
There's a but.
But yes, there's a but, and there's a reason I added my topic to this week's topics. Which I don't know if I want. Do I want to touch on that later, or do I want to touch on that now?
Yeah, we've brought it up now. Might as well.
Might as well.
Well, it's not no spoilers, of course. But the last, of course, it's a Resident Evil Revelations game. They have bosses and stuff where there's like a super strong person that you have to kill, and in Revelations, of course, there is no change. There is a super strong boss person that you have to kill, but I'd stocked up on a load of like flaming bottles and explosive bottles, so I just walked up to her. I was like, okay, 4 explosive bottles and then 5 explosive like grenades, and she was destroyed. I just like laid into her with machine gun. She was dead. And then like the true boss appears, and then I was just like, oh, okay then. But the thing was, the game glitched out, and I was clipped through the floor. Not all the way though. My feet were through the floor, and I just stuttered on place. And yeah, it's like it's a sequential boss battle where you have to switch between 2 people and stuff and that, and
Please tell me you have this on video.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I have it on video, and the
Good.
video's been uploaded. I'm just clipped through the floor, and this boss is just beating me around this like area that you've got to fight it in. While every now and again it swaps back to the other character, and I'm just like, okay, cool, I'm the other character, I can actually kill it now. Because the other character can shoot, but the thing is, they're millimeters away from the boss, so they can't really get a shot off because they're too close to shoot, because they get knocked down every time they get hit. And I'm just there like, okay, I'll just keep healing until it beats me into a place that I can shoot with the other character. And that's what I did. I just kept getting beaten up until I was close enough to be fired at by the other character.
Oh, so you beat it even with that glitch?
Yeah, I completed it even with that glitch.
Nice.
It's
Nice.
I found out as well. I accidentally somehow went from going on normal difficulty on to easy difficulty. So I guess that's why it was easy. But yeah, the fact is I don't know how I could have done it on a higher difficulty due to the fact I needed a lot of healing because I couldn't actually attack with one of my characters. This is the thing. I was knocked over repeatedly. The only reason I survived was because I had enough healing to just keep healing out the damage while it hit me to the next area.
Surely it wouldn't have clipped if... Like, you must have... you'd hope that it's just that you happen to do that one thing that causes the clipping that time. And that if you replayed it, it would be normal.
Yeah, I haven't replayed it because I just... That first time soured my entire experience. I would have wholesomely recommended the entire thing, but that thing just soured it so badly for me. I thought it may have been like my keyboard messing up, because sometimes my keyboard messes up and like the A gets locked down or the D gets locked down for some reason.
Yep.
It just
That's
constantly...
annoying.
It doesn't get locked, but it'll just detect itself as always on, and I'll have to disconnect it and reconnect it, and that's fine, it'll be fixed. But no, it wasn't that. I was clipped through the floor. I was just stuttering in place every time I tried to move.
Wow.
The
only thing I've had
apart from that fight, I recommend it. Apart from that fight.
The only thing I've had close to that with like a boss fight, the end of Gears of War, like the first Gears of War, that last boss is just stupidly hard. And I played through it on PC, and I just remember we spent hours, like, it was me and a bunch of mates, and we all tag teamed going through it. So we'd just take a level each, and then when we got to the end of it, you'd play until you died, and then you'd switch. And you just couldn't, no one could take down this boss. And it was just stupidly hard until finally he happened to glitch and he got stuck in a wall and he couldn't shoot us because his gun was just point blank at the wall. So we were able to just sit there headshotting him over and over. But even then it took like 15 minutes of just sitting there headshotting away before we got it. I don't know how you're meant to actually do that legitimately.
Was it on a high difficulty or anything?
No, that was on normal, I'm pretty sure. But we might have done it on hard, but I doubt we would have done the hardest difficulty. But it was insane.
Yeah. I don't know.
Happens,
That
man.
kind of reminds me of Resident Evil Revelations. Not Revelations. 5. As people probably may know already, because I bring it up a lot, I am one of the fastest people to ever complete Resident Evil Revelations 5. Anyway, the last boss. Spoilers: the last boss is Wesker.
You
The last boss. Yeah, it's a like I don't know how many years old game now.
It is pretty old.
But yeah, the last boss. You can kill him. Like everyone knows about the punch in the rock thing to get Sheva over because she gets over on a different platform and you have to get her over, sort of thing. If you're playing as Sheva, you can actually kill Wesker before you free Sheva.
What?
All you have to... Yeah, you can just shoot him from that distance, and an accurate enough few shots, you can kill him. Like, his core thing can be exposed if you shoot him from a distance, and you can kill him from that distance.
Okay.
Also, you can stab him in the chest as well, is another thing. Like, there's a certain way that you've got to do it. You've got to, like, avoid one of his, like, really, really strong attacks, then just after, there'll be a very, very small moment where you can stab the core. It does a lot of damage, but it doesn't kill him, but it's just something to try and do. Not really right. I found that out on professional difficulty where he one-hits you. I didn't manage to get it off because it is so fucking fast. But, it was on professional difficulty in that, and, like, you know, in professional you've got, like, literally no ammo most of the game. So all of your shots have to count, especially on that Wesker fight. And, like, it got to the extent that I'd run out, so I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to knife him until I die. Because that will happen, because it's professional, you get one shot in professional. And I run up to him, and it was just after, like, I think it's like the tornado tendril move that he does. And I run up to him, and as a quick time event, like, popped up for, like, milliseconds. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck was that? And I looked up, and you can apparently stab him in the core. I was like,
Huh.
wow.
I remember
Never managed to pull it off though.
there was another boss in that game that was pretty broke. Apparently the PC version. I had a couple mates that were playing through that in co-op, and they got to that boss fight where you're in. It's like a figure 8 area, and that you got to set this guy on fire, and that will weaken its exterior so that you can actually do damage to it. You had flamethrowers, and you had to go around using the flamethrower on him, and then like you had to refuel the flamethrower all the time. And apparently, just the flamethrower does next to no damage on him. And my mates actually spent ages on it and then gave up because they just couldn't beat that thing. I don't know if that counts as a glitch or not, but
I remember that there was a flamethrower boss in a Resident Evil game. I can't remember which boss it was, but I do remember that one was stupid. Like it took so much damage.
I remember
it was like, hey, a flamethrower. No, it's doing nothing. Okay, let's get the pistols back out and just gun it in until it dies.
I do remember playing it single player and actually stopping and wondering if I was doing it right. But
I have a feeling that there may have been explosive barrels in the place as well that you had to use just to make it like take more damage.
Okay.
I think.
Oh yeah. I think you're right. Yeah. Oh, it's been a while.
Because I do remember, obviously, I speedrun the game and that, and I do remember there was a way to beat it fast, and I think there's explosive barrels that did like an extra amount of damage and stuff for him, but you did have to also flamethrower him.
Okay.
Oh, oh fuck! I remember the activation for it now. I remember having to go up to the thing and be like, "Look, flamethrower!" Yeah. No, there is explosive barrels, but there's like 3, which isn't enough to kill him, but it's enough to damage him quite a fair amount.
Yep.
I remember what it is now. It's that giant tentacle lizard thing.
Yeah, that's the one.
Not lizard, eel thing. But yeah, I remember that one now. That goddamn annoying speed one. He takes next to no damage from it.
So frustrating.
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to use it to dismember his limbs and then kill him with pistols and stuff, basically. It's stupid.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna bring up this subject, but anyway. But like, I for one, I love hard games myself. I'm not really sure if it fits into the current subject at all because I have no idea
hard
what that.
games.
I think we didn't actually explain what the subject was.
Oh yeah,
we kind of went into it and then just didn't say. Because the idea was glitched bosses.
Or disappointing bosses, like... But yeah, hard bosses, also a cool thing. I like hard games. I played a lot of Dark Souls and stuff. I very much enjoy hard games. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, cough, Mike Tyson, cough. Took me the whole day, cough, to freaking beat him. I can't get over how hard that was.
Have you ever had any glitch on you? Like, any of the hard games where you're like, oh, this is ridiculous, and then the glitch either helped you or like just made it just like, seriously, this was hard enough already?
I can't quite remember. There was this one game. I think this was like PS1 era type games. I have to remember what game it was though. I don't think I can. My memory's playing up at me today. But
I remember something that happened the other day in Payday. It's not so much a boss, but there's a new enemy called the SWAT van turret, which is a giant automated turret. And it has like 50,000 HP and it's really stupidly hard to take down. And we were doing a mission on that, and the turret was killed by a friend, but was alive for me, and was eternally locked onto me, which meant that I couldn't regenerate armor or health.
Wow.
And we just completed this mission with me just not being able to put my armor back up or my HP. It couldn't hit me either because I put a wall in the way, but when I moved out of the wall I was hit, of course, because it's an automated turret. But we were just there for ages, and it was just I was like, guys, my armor isn't coming back. They was like, what? I was like, my armor isn't coming back. what's that firing against the wall? I was like, nothing. The SWAT turret's dead. I was like, looked out. I was like, no, the SWAT turret's still there. It's like, no, it's dead. I'm looking at it. It's dead. It's not shooting at me. I was like, okay, it's there for me then.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything like that.
Actually, talking about glitches, there was one glitch when I was playing Punch-Out 2 days ago. But I don't think it's actually a glitch, but technically, because it was more like a frame rate drop type of issue.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah, but obviously, like, with one of his opening rounds, the match was really, really slow. It was like 15 FPS, so I can like his movements were like clunky, but I could like predict them more better. But as soon as like the frame rate cleared up, he went back to normal speed, and basically my face was on the floor very quickly after that, because I wasn't expecting it.
It's like playing like Dance Dance Revolution on like ninja mode.
I love that game.
I hate dancing.
A friend who used to play that. A friend of mine used to play that, and I think he used to play on like the highest difficulty ever. Like, we had this big arcade nearby us, and that when he used to live down south, and we had this massive arcade, and he used to like go there like every day on his lunch break sort of thing, and like play on Dance Dance Revolution for some reason. I don't know. I just used to find it enthralling to watch because it's just so cool looking, like all the flashiness on the screen. But like I don't know how, but he found a way to basically like hack the machine to go to higher difficulty levels and stuff. So there was like an input sequence that you could do on it.
I think it was third mix and earlier. They had it so that you could do the whole up, down, left, right
thing.
No, up, down, left, right, and then you'd hold the start button down, and then it would unlock heavy, which wasn't available normally.
He did that, and like those had some like tracks that would like slow down sometimes and then like speed up to like 1,000,000 beats per second and that. And I was just watching it like, how the fuck are you doing this without missing? And he just like turns around like mid thing, like not even looking at the screen. It's like, what? It's like, I hate you. I hate you right now.
I used to play that
because he's like that level of good.
I played it once and I fell over and I never played it again.
We used to have competitions here, and I used to play in those regularly whenever they were around. They got to the point of having like freestyle comps and everything, so you'd actually choreograph routines to so that you're hitting it, but then you're also trying to do like flashy moves at the same time.
Yeah,
wow.
It sounds so incredibly lame saying it now, but it was so much fun.
I remember there's this Asian kid that I saw there once who was playing on both dance mats
double
while freestyling and stuff. It was like jumping off like the speakers and stuff. It was like, what the fuck are you doing? How could you be that fast?
I wish I still had some videos.
They should get some YouTube channels going up. It's very entertaining to watch. Them just like going across the mat, like I would watch that.
I should totally do some videos actually. I used to do it. I've got a really weird way of keeping balance, so it looks really uncoordinated, but it does allow me to keep balance. So I look like apparently I used to look like I would, when I was playing double, if you put a bar across the top of where the pads are and held onto that in the center, it was like my hands stayed holding onto that one point in the middle while my legs kind of danced around that point, so it looked like I was constantly about to fall over and then would sort of correct myself. Apparently it looked really weird, and everyone was just like, how do you not fall over?
Yeah, I remember my friend's brother used to do that for a while, and then eventually just, I don't know, got to the level that he was spinning around on the dance mat while doing it. And I was just like, why?
Well, some of the patterns for the steps actually do work better without if you spin around, especially in third mix. Back then the steps are a bit simpler than they got to now, and then things like that would literally be you'd be able to spin around and then you didn't have to shuffle at all. So you want to try and keep alternating which foot is stepping, and if you think and it just goes up, down, left, right, that's a spin. And if you're going to alternate your feet, you have to spin, otherwise you got to sit there and hit 2 arrows with the same foot in a row, and it really throws off your groove. So, but yeah, anyway.
Yes. He used to do both though. Like I remember, like where it's like 2 ones, so it's like up and down. He'd like jump there and then like turn, and also he used to do like 1 foot for the, like his left foot was up and left, and then right foot for right and down, and would like just like jump back and forth that way. It was really fucking weird to watch. And I'm still just like, I still like think back on it. I'm just like, how can people be that coordinated?
I know.
I fall over nothing.
I was so embarrassed the first time I went on Dance Revolution. I fell over and everyone laughed at me. I was like, I was young at the time too, so I was like crushed.
I know a friend tried sitting down trying to do it with his hands. It didn't work so well.
No. I tried to do a trick, like, a spin or something, but I ended up falling over my own legs.
Overconfidence.
Yeah. I was like, hey guys, watch this. Bang! Because when I fell over, I accidentally hit one of the railings or something. I can't really quite remember, but...
They
it was horrible. I had a bruise.
They actually started making it so that you did need to use your hands in some songs. Konami didn't bring out any more DDR games after what was after Max 2? Evolution.
Max 3?
No, there was DDR Max 2, and then I don't know, Evolution or something. I can't remember what it was actually called. But they had another one, and then they didn't really release anything for ages. So the community that made, like, the whole Stepmania community, so that was the like PC version that was all open, and people could create their own steps for it and everything. The community, some developers in the community decided to make their own version of DDR called In the Groove, and it actually got bigger because you could. They made it so that you could integrate steps from Stepmania into the arcade machine. So you could take in a USB, get steps online, plug it in, and then it would read the song and the steps off the USB, and you could play those. But yeah, when they introduced that, they sort of thought of ways to try and up it again with what you do with DDR, and they went, all right, let's make ones where you got to like hold. You got to hold the arrows down, and then we'll do things while both feet are holding. So suddenly you had to start using your hands or your knees to try and hit arrows while both feet are planted.
What sort of masochists make this game?
It was awesome. It seriously, DDR
awesome.
Just blew into this whole new thing once In the Groove came out. Here there was a massive community for it, and I was part of the group that were like the best at DDR, and we got the hang of that. And there was things like holding onto the bar was frowned upon. It was considered cheating, and you'd always take your feet off the pad whenever you were going to step onto the next. But then once you got to In the Groove, suddenly they made things just so fast and so crazy, you couldn't do it unless you were like grasping on that bar for support, and you're doing things like heeling and toeing. So you'd have your feet diagonally across, so your right foot would cover like up and right, and your left foot would cover left and down, and you'd be alternating between your toe and your heel to try and get between the two arrows faster than you could if you were actually just stepping on them. It got so crazy. But yes, that was an entirely new era for DDR. Yeah, I really did play that a lot.
I haven't played it at all since that incident.
I think I used to play on-rail shooters a lot, like Time Crisis and stuff.
Ah, so good.
I used to spend so much money at like arcades because of those. In Southampton, in the arcade that was nearby to us, I used to, because they clear the fucking high scores. I used to have the high score for House of the Dead 1, House of the Dead 2, House of the Dead 3, and House of the Dead 4, and Time Crisis 3.
Nice.
Like, yeah. Well, me and a friend did House of the Dead 4. I think that's a shotgun one, or it might be 3. I don't know. House Dev 3, me and a friend did that because that's a shotgun one.
That's one.
And
That was one where
Time
there was one on each
Crisis.
side and then a shotgun in the middle, was it?
That was a shotgun for both of you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So you had like a pump to reload it rather than fire off screen.
Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, I remember like over time, of course, because obviously such a mechanic would probably break over time, and our one the one in our arcade obviously was used so much. It's such a cool. I used to freaking love those machines, especially because like it feels so cool having a pump action shotgun like and reloading. But because like people used to try and get like the high scores and stuff, you used to have like tactics and stuff to like pretty much like twitch with your finger to fire while like pumping like pretty much constantly to reload. And, you know, you'd basically have, like, a machine gun shotgun thing going on. But the thing was, is because the speed of your pumping and stuff, you would basically start to, like, break the machine itself, and eventually it just becomes so loose, it was silly. Yeah. It actually becomes so loose that a friend of mine did it. He, like, you know, decided to just, like, shake the gun, like, you know, like, forward and back, like the badass people do in movies, to reload a shotgun. And it worked. It was that loose.
Wow.
I was like, oh, shit. These things are breaking.
Wow.
Such good fun, though. I used to love those games.
Alright, we have digressed so much tonight. We haven't even started on the actual, like, topics.
We haven't even done one, or even, like, half.
52 minutes in, and massive digression.
Oh, wow. Alright, should we jump onto the first topic?
This is more of a podcast, though, to be fair.
Touche.
You have 50 so minutes of... I watched the Optional podcast, and you watch 50 or so minutes of bullshit, then news, and then more bullshit, and normally bullshit with the news.
All about the
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah. Let's move on to the topics.
Bullshit. There you go.
Alright.
So.
Yes,
Indeed.
about them
yes.
topics.
Quite. Let's begin.
Beat, would you like to be our newsman?
Okay. So, first up, Dota 2. They have their annual competition called the International. And basically they have massive prize money up, and it is absolutely huge. This year, they the arena where they're actually holding it live, it sold out the tickets for it within minutes. Which is just so cool to see for... like the physical competition. This isn't just like buying the tickets to watch it online. Which you can do within Dota, and then you get in-game items. But it's actually buying tickets to go see it in the arena where they're doing it, which is massive to see esports getting to that sort of level.
It's been at that level for a while, hasn't it? People are going to like real...
Selling out in minutes, though, is...
It's quite new, I would say.
I think that's very... like a bigger improvement than last year.
I'm gonna look up it's the Key Arena in Seattle where it's held. Now I'm kind of curious to see just how big that place is, because I'm picturing like
it's a few 100,000. I think.
Far out.
I think League uses that one, and it's a few 100,000.
Is it there, or is it like Staples Center or Staples Arena? I've been there in Los Angeles, and that place is absolutely huge.
I think it's the Korean one they normally use, which is Thingy. Can't remember its name.
Thingy, yes.
Yeah.
LOL?
I'm pretty sure it's the Korean one. Yeah, LOL. I'm pretty sure LOL used the Korean place for their competitions.
Okay.
Wow.
But I remember, like, I think it was last year when the Dota did the Compendium. I think it's the Compendium.
That's the one, yeah.
And that just... like, the size of the Compendium fucked up Twitch for the entire Compendium. I remember because I used to stream around the time of that, and people were just like, why is your stream so laggy? I was like, that's Twitch problems. The Compendium's happening, if you didn't know. What's the Compendium? It's a Dota thing. I don't play Dota, so I don't really know too much about it, but yeah, it's fucking with Twitch at the moment. And then I think about a week later or so, League had its World Championship, and it was like, the Compendium's over, yeah, but League's having its championship now.
No, damn it! Not League.
I love League. I've recently been getting back into that.
I should get back to Dota 2.
it's good,
like
man.
Dota 2. Yeah.
I want to play Dota, but it's so complicated.
Play Dota with me.
That's kind of what I love
we
about
should
it.
do the ClusterJunk. Or get all of
we
us.
should have a five-man ClusterJunk team go league.
Oh god.
Arena.
Oh.
I don't know what it's called, but like go competitive with our team.
Oh yeah.
Dear god.
I remember I was playing League the other day, and we were it was like 4 of us with 1 public member, and that in like the player versus player, not like League version, of course, because we're just in like player versus player and that, and like one of our guys who was our Morgana was, before we even started, was like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm the best Morgana in EU." He got carried so fucking hard by us. Like, a friend of mine was Jungle Mundo, and was like constantly just running through, like feeding him kills and stuff, and he was even dying from these fed kills, and it was like, why?
Wow.
And I think it's Oh My God Pablo or something was his username, but we decided to call him Nigel, and we were like constantly just like, "Nigel, where are you?" And like at the end of the match, he was like, "Who's Nigel?" I was like, "We're like, you're Nigel." Like, dear fucking god.
There's always that one guy that lets her team down in any like Dota 2 type
Yeah,
of...
all the
He didn't
MOBA games.
let the
That's
team
the
down,
one downside
but-
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always that one guy. That one
He didn't let
asshole.
it down so much. It's just he wasn't the best Morgana EU, or Morgana isn't a very good EU character because like no, there isn't very many people who play Morgana in the EU. If he is the best EU Morgana, I'm not entirely sure.
Just back to the whole key arena, by the way. It's like 17,000 people is the capacity.
Yeah.
17,000? I thought it
I
was
said
over
that.
100,000.
I said that like a few minutes ago, but no one listened. I said
sorry.
17,000. Everyone spoke over me.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
Speak up. Be loud.
I can't because other people are sleeping.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense now.
Yeah, and they'll, drop off my head.
I thought you sounded pretty close to your mic.
Yeah, I have to because I have to get the illusion that I'm speaking up, but I'm actually whispering. I don't want their wrath.
So,
I think we should do a ClusterJunk esports team.
I think it would be
Just
hilarious.
Let's get a ClusterJunk Heroes of the Storm team.
What would we play though? Because we've got everyone's kind of like, you're like, I don't get Dota, just can't play it. And everyone else is like, I just can't play LOL.
Play it.
So we'll be just average at everything we do, with half the team being good and the other team going, do we have to?
Well, I feel I'm getting better at isometric ones because I've started sort of a slow, steady recline into League rather than Smite.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting there. I'm into League. So the next step's Dota, and then the down step is Heroes, because Heroes is a feel for casual game.
I'm still to play it. I've had it for a bit, going, this looks awesome, and still
So
haven't
fun.
launched the game.
It's so fun.
Well, I got it downloaded now, and I've got it so I can play it on your server or my server. So it'll happen.
Oh.
I main Lily and Carrigan.
Yes, those are
I haven't even
names.
played that game yet.
I thought I know it's Apple that's played StarsCraft, don't you?
StarCraft.
Apple knows who Carrigan is, yeah.
Of course I know who Kerrigan is.
I was just thinking,
Yeah.
like, wait, Carrigan
She's
actually
my
does
favourite
sound
character.
familiar.
Yeah, Carrigan's StarCraft and Lily's Warcraft.
Yeah. I like Zerg, which is why that she's my favourite character, other than the Overmind. That
You
guy's
mean
badass.
Abatha?
The Overmind. I just call him the Overmind.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Heroes of the Storm, because there is a
No.
character in Heroes of the Storm who can like spawn Zerg and stuff.
No.
That's kind of their
I think
thing.
that's
They're
another
The
Cerebral
Brood Mother.
thing.
I forgot what her name is now.
But it makes sense though, because Heroes of the Storm is based off all the heroes of the Blizzard games.
Yeah,
so-
there is a Zergling character. I can't remember who it is, but no, it's not Zeratul. I can't remember who that is now.
You're gonna fuck.
Oh no, Abatha is nowhere near.
Oh, I know
Sarah,
Abatha's
but-
in the game, but I don't think that's the one that's thinking of. Abatha's the one
No.
who can do like taking over people's minds and stuff, controlling them.
No, Abathur is like
in Heroes.
An engineer of
Mm.
Zerg, basically. He's nowhere near the
Yeah.
Overmind level.
Yeah, Abathur's the thing that evolves shit and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Heroes, like Abathur like takes over the mind of players and stuff, and like gives them buffs and stuff. It's really weird. They basically don't leave base. They basically just sit at base and then just like throw stuff globally. No, it's not there at all. Blizzard, you really need to update your like hero list. Zagara, that's the one. Zagara.
This is the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah. Overmind.
Yeah. I wish you could play that
I was thinking
guy.
of Zagara.
No.
You can play Zagara.
It's not the Overmind though. He's
Yeah, but-
literally just a building though.
Yeah, Zagara is like kind of what I would guess would be that you like use Zerglings and hunter killers or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And you can use Tacitor. Tacitor's awesome.
I
like
awesome as
Tacitor.
Overmind.
I like Tacitor.
The Overmind to me is like one of the best characters in StarCraft 2, in my opinion.
But it's a building.
I know it's a building, but he's so cool. He's like
I'm just imagining in a MOBA, just like the building coming through a lane. Overmind going through. No, never mind. Don't worry, everyone.
I think like if you play the Overmind, you can play as more than one character. So rather than you play the hero, you play as like a bunch of different type of units.
They
and you
are
can upgrade
sort
them.
of. They do have a character like that called the I think it's the Free Vikings. So they're called. They're very weird. They're free characters who you can control separately or all together, and they're very much like playing an RTS in a MOBA, because they each have different stats and they each have different pros and cons, and they're so strange to play, but they're so cool and quite useful if you can micromanage that hard. But it's sort of the level of, I'm a StarCraft pro player, I can play the Free Vikings because I have like a fort second of 57 moves a second or something.
I think the average would be 120 RPM. Well, not RPM, APM.
What the hell's APM?
Action per second.
Jesus fucking Christ.
A lot of
You've
people can reach
You've never heard that term?
I knew there was, but I didn't really understand what it meant. I just knew there was like a term for pro players, and
there's some people who
Yeah.
can reach like 170 actions per second.
It's so ridiculous.
I know. I don't know how they do it. Like I tried to go over 60, and I'm pretty good at StarCraft, I would say, and I just can't. It's so difficult.
you'd have to be the hive mind your fucking self at that level.
Yeah, I don't even know how they like. My APM is literally half of some of the pros. Like, shit.
That's still
I think,
impressive
like,
to even
though-
be half, though.
I think a lot of them have just done that though their entire life, haven't they?
They're like
Yeah.
superhuman.
Yeah.
It's like came out the womb and was like, "Here's StarCraft, you play now." So, well, okay then.
You make family proud.
Oh wow, we're branching into some dangerous territory right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Colours isn't here, so we can't.
Ooh.
God damn it.
She's there like get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
Quickly, someone put a impersonation of her. Quickly.
Hello,
Colours
my
are the-
name's Colours, and I'm a big stupid head. Da-da-da-da, girl things and stuff.
Oh, hello, Colours. Glad you joined us.
Oh wow.
Yay.
Okay, let's quickly get to the next topic before this gets any worse.
Oh, the
Yes.
Oh god. So, this is pretty cool. What's the game called again? I read about it, but I didn't actually see what the
Discourse, I
name of
think.
the game was. Discourse, yeah. So they've done an augmented reality sort of thing, and is that what the term is? Augmented reality?
It's QR codes, isn't it?
No, sort of. So they've hidden these caches of Steam keys across the United States. So if you're a good treasure hunter, basically, you'll be able to find where these are hidden and get a free copy of the game on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
It's just damn cool.
It's cool, but like, how many of those codes are just gonna be rotting there?
I know, but it's still... Think about like trying to hunt them down. That'd just be fun. Even if... I don't know. I personally love that concept of just chasing down something like that.
Yeah, I think it's a cool concept, but like it's very wasteful because how many of those codes out of like how many were released again? 10 caches.
Yeah.
And each cache has like 100 Steam keys.
Oh,
right?
what were there really that many?
I think so. At least no one's retrieved the place which contains 100 Steam keys.
Oh,
so
wow. I didn't realise there were so many stored in each cache.
Well, that's what I'm assuming, which is the highlight. I'm assuming that there is 100 in each. This is so.
That's
the drive.
Yeah, that's what the article says. So yeah, there's like,
yeah,
wow, 1,000 Steam keys to be given away.
1,000 Steam keys, and like, why did you put 100 in each cache when only one, or maybe 10, at the like max? I would say would find them.
Yeah, that's
like,
pretty. Wow.
I think what would be better, rather than because did they put like hard drives there? Retrieve the drive.
I'd guess it'd be like a USB.
Okay. Why didn't they just put like a piece of paper in a plastic bag or something? That would serve the purpose, and you wouldn't have wasted all that money.
Mind you, if it's the developers as well, it's not really wasted money. It's not going to cost them anything, I don't think.
Yeah, it would have cost them less just to have a plastic bag.
Yeah.
You know, little tiny slip of paper
but, I mean,
inside.
Like, as in, like the cost of the keys, it wouldn't have cost them anything, but
No.
just USBs, it would cost them what? You could get cheap ones for $5. There you go, $50, and you got an amazing campaign that's going to give you a lot of publicity.
Yeah, I guess, but like, I don't know. Just to me, like sticking like USBs up like tree trunks is incredibly wasteful. And plus, like, would they even survive? It's what I'm like. They're just out in the cold.
I think it's explaining as a cache, so I don't know. I'd assume that it's got some sort of protection. It wouldn't just be here's a USB. We're just going to chuck it into a river, and someone can find it and see if it'll work. But
yeah, I probably wouldn't.
I think it's just cool seeing developers sort of go branch beyond just gaming platforms to make their games interesting.
I think it would be much more better if they try to like make it into like the theme of the game. I don't know what the game is, but like it seems to be like treasure hunters and all that stuff. So what would be really cool if they made like little tiny treasure chests and like they buried it and they gave like treasure maps, like coded treasure maps to people. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, looking at this a bit more, they've got like a dedicated conspiracy website set up just for like hunting them down. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, I'm on the website right now. It looks like it's been made in like, I don't know, 1996. It literally does look like it's made for 1996. Oh my god.
It's good fun.
Takes me back.
Wow, yeah, it does. That is awesome.
I think we had to put the link to the off the grid thing.
Yes.
In the video.
Wow, all of these different things to hunt it down is so ridiculous.
I can't be bothered. I wouldn't be bothered, even if I liked the game.
I love it.
Going outside the real world.
Yeah, all the Illuminati symbols. What is that? Trials did something like this as well.
But didn't they hide it in game?
They hid one key in game. So in the level editor, if you go to one of the mountains and you flatten it out, you discover this key in there, and then that pops up an achievement or a trophy, depending on your platform, and says, yep, one of 5 keys, or the 5th key, it's called, is the achievement name. So there was actually 4 other keys, and they were hidden all throughout the world, and there's hints throughout the game, or there was some hints that were everywhere, and if you're able to decipher them, they actually made coordinates. And if you went to the coordinates, you're able to find like some box with a key inside. And all it said is that, yes, all the people who hold a key need to meet at the base of the Eiffel Tower in like 100 years from now. And you'll be able to open the final key. Open the final treasure chest or something like that. Something crazy. Absolutely crazy. And it's like, if they actually have done this, that is so freaking cool that they've made something that is going to have to be handed down to their children to carry out. Like this legacy created by Trails Fusion, it's huge.
I really want them to push it forward so I can see the fucking
I
things.
know, right?
We're probably going to be dead. That's
exactly.
the
We will not get to see this. It's something that's going to have to be passed on. But how cool is that?
We're going to spend our whole life like, all of us are going to be like, fuck, this was so amazing and that. But we're going to be dead. We're never going to know if it was real or not.
I love it. We'll like reach 125. It's like, what's the secret? How did you live so long? I had to see.
What's in the box?
I had to see what's in the box.
I had to see. I can't die without knowing.
There'll be like a load of 125 plus year olds like in Paris just like, what's in the box? I've got to die for Christ's sake.
Hurry up.
I've been on my deathbed for 25 years. This goddamn game is keeping me alive. I wish that, like, yeah. Why 100 fucking years?
Or maybe they're just epic trolls.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I would suspect.
I mean, those sort of things are great publicity, and they're really cool. But keep it in our fucking lifetime.
Hey, that's another thing. They're not going to get to see the impact of it in the end. How much would that suck?
But they know what it is, at least. They know if it's a troll, or they know what they're sending there, or, you know. They know what... I would laugh my ass off if it turns out it's like a USB with Trails Fusion on, and they're just like, you know, 100 years later, it's just like, what's this? They've completely like lost the ability to use USBs or something in this day and age, like 100 years time or something. So they're just like, how does this fit into what is this? And it's just like, oh, it's probably junk. Just throw it away.
I'm just picturing full on like Back to the Future style. What? 100 years old? That's like a baby's game.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah. I love the concept.
It's crazy. I think it's pretty neat. Very neat.
Something different. Do something different to the usual. Just, oh my god, trailer, amazing, whoa, play this game. Instead, they've got something that's actually really interesting and different.
Amazing.
Sorry, what was that?
Can you do that whole yay trailer amazing boo thing?
Oh my god, trailer, woo! What?
Oh my god, I love that accent.
Okay.
I'm tired because I'm now amused by tiny little things. I'm amused. You amuse me. You get to live.
News just in. I fucking hate Nintendo again.
What?
Why?
What?
I was just on Twitter. Sorry, this has to take priority over everything. Nintendo Legend of Zelda Wii U 2015 release no longer number one priority. Fuck you guys.
What?
Yeah.
What are they giving?
The franchise producer Eiji Unamoya is featured in the latest video of the updated stats of Legend of Zelda, stating that 2015 is no longer a number one priority for the team. While Onuma never specifically says the game has been delayed into 2016, the announcement confirms the possibility. According to Onuma, over the last 3 months of development, freedom of exploration, which has never existed in a Zelda game before, we have discovered new possibilities for the game. It now feels like we have the potential to create something different that exceeds even my own expectations, he said in the video. he goes on to say, rather than meeting a specific schedule, this team wants to make the most complete and ultimate Zelda game. Annoyma wants to use the added time to create a game which rewards fans for their patience. Because of this, Legend of Zelda Wii U will not be shown at E3 2015 this year.
No. That's disappointing. But, like, at least when it gets released, it'll be that much more better. Right?
Who knows, though? Who knows? This is, like... I'm starting to get sick and fucking tired of, like, game developers and stuff. Like, big AAA people and stuff. Like, hey, look, there's games here. And it's like... Well, actually, it's been delayed. And saying it's not number one priority, but then saying, well, we want more time to work on it. We want more time to work on it, but it's not a number one priority. No, you want to delay it then, because it's not your number one priority anymore.
Saying that is probably, like, not the best thing to say.
No, I mean, saying we want to delay it so we can expand upon it and make it a better game, sure, that's a lot better. Saying, not a number one priority anymore. No.
Yeah.
That just basically means we've lost interest.
So what did...
Kind of.
I might have missed part of that, but what did they say what their new priority is? So all I heard is that they're going, actually, we've discovered that we're going to do different things with the Zelda game, so we want to take our time.
No. I haven't watched the video, because obviously we're in the middle of a podcast, but reading over this article, they don't say anything about what the new number one priority for the team is.
The last 3 months.
I mean... It could be worded better, like, cool, we're going to probably get a better game, but the fact is saying it's not number one priority screams it's not actually purely because of the fact we want to make a better game, it's because, we want to work on something else for some reason.
No, they're saying that the going for the 2015 release isn't the priority, not that Zelda isn't their number one priority.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, for 2015. Still... Yeah, so they're delaying the game a bit, and sure, they're delaying it because... But it's like, I'm just starting to get so pissed off with so many game developers these days, just like... Why not do, like, a lot of indie developers that I know say, it will be done when it's done. Don't say a date. That way, you can build hype, but you don't build disappointment. It's the same with GTA 5. It'll be done in April or February. No, it'll be done in March. It'll be done in April. It'll be done January 2016. It'll be done in 2014. It's
like I'm kind of like knowing why that is sometimes. Like when people like say, "Oh, it's gonna be done in April," but when April is coming closer and closer, they realize that they can't get it done in time because you always overemphasize your abilities, especially with software. You always like you think to yourself like, oh yeah, that thing I'm gonna put in the game, I can do that in like a day, and turns out that one thing has taken you like 2 months to implement.
But I don't know, there's certain things where it's a bit more excusable, but others where it's not, in my opinion. Like for example, the GTA, most of the stuff they ever sort of seem to say every time they delay it is like, well, we're making we're making it more of a polished game. We're making it more of a polished game. We're making it more of a polished game. They're not adding more features. That screams to me that it's not optimized. They've had so long to optimize this game. They've had over a year, and its support. It doesn't take too much effort, but I know it takes a lot of effort and stuff to make games and stuff. I was researching into games development myself because it's something that I would really like to do later on down the line.
It's hell.
Yeah, I know it is. I've done a lot of research into it and that, and I've done work into it and stuff, and I've been working with engines and things like that. But it's like one of the main thing that's pissing me off with big companies lately is they all say it'll be coming out this day and then they delay it. But what I love about indie development, for example, there's a game that I'm following at the moment called Dwell, on their site they specifically say it will be released when it's done. You can buy into the alpha access or whatever you want, but that is quite a high price margin because we don't want people playing an unfinished game. It will be released when it's done. No set date. that's a lot better, because you're not saying, like, it'll be done in April. Yeah, okay. April comes around, no, it's not done yet.
Yeah.
Especially GTA, that's really annoying me, because the fact is that's been delayed 3 times now.
The only downside I see to that, like, I get what you're saying, and I think it's actually a really good point, is the whole building hype rather than disappointment. But at the same time, you do need something, because it gives you something to work towards, and it gives you need something. Otherwise, especially with a lot of early access games at the moment, where you're hearing horror stories of games just not being finished, or devs just cut and running, or getting to a point of going, this is so much bigger than we expected, we're not going to be able to do this. And for an indie dev to sit there and just go, we'll do it when we want, kind of makes it... I feel like it's as much good as it is bad at the moment, with considering the current environment with indie games and early access.
The way I see it is, if a company's going to say we'll do it, like, it will be released when it's finished, if you're going to say that, don't make it easy to buy into the early make it very, very clear that you don't really want people playing the early access thing.
Yeah.
For example, to buy into the early access of Dwell is $200.
Whoa,
it's not cheap.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not cheap. It has a lot of in-game features and stuff with that, like, and it's got, like, to go to such a tier, you actually you do end up very much in to go to such a tier, you do end up doing a lot of those sort of bonuses and stuff are very hands-on stuff with the developer and stuff, like help design a dungeon and NPCs and all this other sort of stuff. It's like it's when you go to that level, it seems to me as, you know, the developer's saying, if you really fucking want to play this game, you're going to have to pay a lot of money, because we don't want you to play this game unfinished, because we don't want to leave a bad taste in your mouth, like pretty much every early access game that's ever existed.
Yeah, so it's trying to weed out the people trying to get a cheap game that they can play early, and then be disappointed because it's not finished when they were told all along it wouldn't be finished. Instead, they're going, alright, we're going to make this very, very obvious, and
that's
that way
why
only the
if I was a
people who
game
are
developer,
really keen are going to buy it, and they will know what they're buying.
That's what I'd do. If I was a game developer right now and I was releasing an early access game, I would put the price stupidly high, because I'd say, look, it's stupidly fucking high. If you really want to play this broken but bloody mess, buy it for a stupid amount of money, or I wouldn't release it. I would do one or the other, but, you know, I would put it so high to basically say, look, you are supporting a development here, that is wonderful, but it's not a finished game, and it's not going to be optimized, etc. Don't do this if you don't want to. It will be a normal price when it's released, and that would weed out a lot of the people who just, like, buy into early access, I guess, because they're like, oh, it's early access, it'll be cheaper, and most of the time it isn't. Most of the time it's just... it's going to stay that price, or it may even... I know some games that are early access that got cheaper when they got released.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I'll do early access at all if I work on a game, because, like, I think the type of games itself will be more, like, story-driven, and not, like, multiplayer-focused at all. And secondly, I don't really get the point of doing all of this, because, like, if you release a pre-release, you just put a bad taste in people's mouths, because, you know, you're releasing a shit.
There is benefits, though. Feedback. But you've got to be a company who will work on that feedback. That's the problem. A lot of them don't. A lot of them are just like, you've given me feedback? Fuck you, you're banned.
Yeah, but, like,
you see that a lot.
How dare you not like this?
Yeah,
like, you
I see it a lot.
Feedback, but how useful is, like, tens of thousands of, like, comments about, you know, when you could, like, do a small...
It's a very like balancing game, though, isn't it? Like, you know, if you do it, expect feedback, but then again, you know, if you've got 100,000 people saying this thing is broken, they've also got to realise this thing isn't finished.
Yeah.
There's good feedback in this effect of, like, I don't know, oh, this balance is a little too strong, or the learning curve is like a brick fucking wall.
Yeah.
That's good feedback, so the developer could work on smoothing that out or whatever, but this bit is broken right here, it's an early access game. It's going to be broken at the moment because it's not finished.
I think criticism shouldn't be done by random people. I think because a lot of people don't know what the true issue is. Like when people say like, "Oh, this level is hard," I mean, what part of the level? What type of enemy was like stopping you, or was it like an obstacle? What part of that level made it difficult or more difficult than the others? They won't say that.
Bring back QA testing.
Yeah, they'll just say, this level is hard. I don't want to do it anymore." And that's it. Most of the time. People don't like...
hire someone for QA. Be a lot better. You'd probably you'd make less money. Of course, you wouldn't be selling it to people, but fuck it, you'd probably get a proper experienced person who's giving you proper feedback.
Yeah, I'd rather pay someone, pay a couple of groups of professional, reviewers to play my game, rather than let random people play it and let that hurt my profits or something.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a very balancing game and stuff, but I just think people should stop saying, "Hey, look, a game's going to be out now" or something.
Yeah.
They should the way that I would do it if I was a game company. I understand, and I work to schedules, and I work to goals and stuff myself, because that is a very good way to keep you motivated. But the way that I do it personally is, even if I was a big games company, I would set a timescale in the office. I wouldn't say, "Hey, look, everyone, we've set this timescale to release this game tomorrow." I wouldn't do that. I would say, "Okay, everyone, we're going to try and release this game tomorrow." And then, when it gets pushed back, or if it gets pushed back, it's not like, "Sorry, everyone, it's pushed back again." Yeah. It's inside your office. You're just saying, "Okay, well, if we pushed it back a date, no one really knows it was going to be released tomorrow." Because you can still build hype without saying it's going to be released tomorrow. I can't think of any. I was going to say The Last Guardian, but The Last Guardian has said release days and stuff, I think. You can... Yeah, it's hard not to, but it's not impossible. If you bring a good product to the table, people are going to... This is the thing, people don't seem to have enough trust in their product. It seems that the most passionate people are indie development teams and stuff who have a lot of passion, and they say... they're very impassioned in their videos and stuff, and they're like, "Look at this game, it's fucking amazing." And when you're very impassioned and very passionate about your project, I don't think you need to say a time. You don't need to say, "It's going to be out in a couple of weeks." You can say, "Look at this project, it's going to be amazing. I cannot give you a date yet because I don't know."
Yeah. I think...
Just don't start that too early, of course, because people get burnt out as well.
I think what I would do if I was making a date and publicizing it, I think I would have the game done, actually finished before making the date, and using the time between announcing the date and actually releasing it, just to go through the game, polishing just a little bit.
That's a bloody ideal way.
Major polishes actually do take a while. And you shouldn't be doing all that major polishing the week before, you're supposed to kick the game off into the shelves. It's a time management thing with game development, and a lot of the suit guys in game development want a game to be finished at a certain date so they don't waste money.
That's the other interesting thing, is it's usually the big companies that have those dates and break them, and there's a lot more weighing in on setting those dates in those situations. So like you said, the suits are probably the ones that are pushing, "Come on, we need this game, we need to ship this because it's going to be this time of year, which means good sales and blah blah blah." Where meanwhile the developers are probably there going, "That's not going to happen."
Yeah. Or even the developers are the sort of people well, it doesn't matter what time of year we ship this, people are going to enjoy this game. I mean, sure, there'll be benefits, of course, releasing around Christmas. People will enjoy this game, and people who enjoy this game will want to buy it no matter what time of year it is.
Yeah.
I know personally I do.
I think that's where bad games are made. where like people are pushing games to be released far beyond, like far before it was due. Like, I can't remember the
That's
game.
how you get yearly releases.
Civilization Total War, I think. No, it's not that.
Total. You mean Napoleonic Total War or whatever? Total War Rome. Are you on about the one that like everyone hates?
Rise and Fall of Civilizations at War is the thing I'm talking about.
I have no idea what that is.
It was a very good setting, but it has that very rushed feel. And actually, when you go into it, like the development type stuff, it was actually released midway due to the publisher like pursuing it to be released as fast as possible. And it kind of like, I don't know, I quite enjoyed that game for what it was. But, you know, it could have been so much better if, you know, it didn't like release when it did and had more development time. When you think about it, there's a lot of games like that too. If they just had a little bit more development time, they could have like really shined.
True. But yeah, then you get yearly releases, and then the companies just go, oh, fuck it, we'll just release whatever's done at the time.
Yeah.
What's that? It's a sandbox with no NPCs or character models, and they're just wireframes. Okay, go.
I doubt people in the, you know, the Sudi guys actually play the games they release.
Probably not.
No,
I would go as far to say 99.9999999% sure they don't.
I think it depends.
Depends, yeah, but...
So you think of something like this is definitely smaller scale to what we're talking about at the moment, but something like Screen Sheet, which was published by Surprise Attack. Chatted to the some of the publisher guys, and they were like play the game themselves. Like they'll actually get involved in media nights and stuff like that, and play with YouTubers and reviewers and whatnot. And yeah, they're all gamers. I follow some of them on Twitter, and they're all posting about games they're playing. And who's like when Destiny came out, they're like, all right, who's going to be playing on what consoles? I need people to party up with. So I don't know. I don't think it's fair to blanket it too much. It definitely is going to depend on the company, and like smaller companies, they're always more passionate people that are like more in tune with what they're doing. But in bigger companies, you're always going to get that bit of a disconnect between like the people that are purely going for sales. So all they're going to be looking at is stats and things like and all that sort of stuff. But you know. It's like anything. There's going to be a bit of both everywhere you go.
There's going to be bad apples.
I like to imagine that there's some people in the higher ups that actually are passionate about what they're doing, but there's so many of other people who just don't give a damn, and they're just in there for the business. And the thing is, they're there for the business, and that's why they're successful, because you know they only think in terms of business, and you know. Their business's ways, and I don't think there's a lot of passionate people.
Basically, we need more Gabes, but then again, we need Gabe to actually start working on games again.
Half-Life 3.
Never gonna happen. But he has made a hat though, so I mean,
to send him back to school. 1, 2. What comes after 2, Gabe? 4? Yes, 4.
Actually, they've
close enough.
There was a leak a couple of months ago about Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah, that's been mentioned before, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen that
JunkCast?
mentioned in... I can't think of where, but I've read it in articles and stuff, and nothing official, but there's been a few things mentioning Left 4 Dead 3.
I'm hyped.
Honestly, I am not hyped for Left 4 Dead 3. I feel that people should stop making so many goddamn fucking zombie games.
Yeah.
That was a really interesting noise.
But like, yeah, it's just too much lately. Like, I mean, the zombies are cool and all. I like Resident Evil games and stuff, but it just seems you could do so much more with games. You don't have to have zombies to be an enemy. You could use humans. They're dangerous enough.
But I guess it comes down to the whole like their big push on the hardware side of things at the moment. Which is one of the topics which I just happened to get reshuffled to be the next one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How convenient.
Ooh la la.
So we're talking about the controller.
Yeah. So they've actually started like advertising it on Steam and all sorts now.
It looks so weird.
It does, doesn't it?
It does look weird.
I saw it and I was like, what is this? Is that a trackpad? Is that 2?
Have you been up to date with much of it? Either of you?
No.
I've seen it being advertised and stuff, and I was just like, I saw pictures and I was like, is that 2 trackpads? How is that even?
Sort of.
Why?
They've changed the design a bit, like a fair bit, even between now and what their initial production design was. So there wasn't actually going to be a thumbstick. That thumbstick was going to be a trackpad. But what they've ended up doing was they've got these trackpads with haptic feedback in them, and that's how you're able to sort of feel which way you're turning, if that's the best description for it. So there's haptic feedback built into the trackpads to let you know where your thumb is within the trackpad. And they designed it around PC gaming specifically so that you could get the same sort of, like, not the same, but like as close to the like mouse movement without needing a mouse and only needing it in a controller. And they got like extra buttons, so you got the 2 on the back as well as the shoulder buttons. It's an interesting design.
It looks nice, I've got to say.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I'm curious to see how the ergonomics work with it. Like, with it, where you hold on to it, sort of bending towards you instead of bending away from you.
It's a bit weird. It's like
I feel though, because sorry.
It looks like it was made by like another civilization on another world. It's like Gabe was born on another alien planet. That's why he's so glorious.
I feel if it's like slant angled towards you though, because like I'm looking at the pictures now and stuff, and yeah, it's all those 2 little trackpad things on it. But if it's curved towards you though, you're gonna want a bit. That's gonna be probably better for your hands because you know your thumbs obviously bend backwards and stuff, and you're gonna be using your thumbs to sort of like oddly massage the controller sort of thing, and I don't know, I think if it bends into your hand it's going to be better than bending away from your hands.
That one sentence just scared me with how this controller might be used, with massaging the controller.
Oh god, no.
Some of the games, I'm just picturing this with some of the visual novels I've played recently, and I'm like, oh no.
They have massage sections now?
No, that's what I'm saying, they will after this. Oh yes,
God.
massage me counterclockwise.
Look how spiny that, like, as well, like, I'm looking at the Steam controller Steam page and like, there's a super close-up sort of thing of the actual, like, controller's pad and stuff.
Yeah.
Look how prickly the analog stick looks on the side.
Trust me, that's good. That looks more like the Xbox One thumbstick. And I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, I posted a picture of my PS4 controller. Those thumbsticks just get destroyed. Because
I use PS3 a lot.
The PS3 wasn't too bad. The PS4 though, it seems to be like really not heavy duty rubber on the thumbsticks. I've actually like worn a massive patch away on my first controller through playing Trials, and then when I started playing Oli Oli with the white controller, all those little black bits that you see on the white controller are actually the thumbstick, like, tearing away.
Is that, like, when you're, like, running it around in circles or whatever around the thing?
Yeah, so you got to, like, rotate the thumbstick to do tricks, and, yeah, doing that has just worn away bits of the thumbstick. and it's just ridiculous.
All of my I've been a PlayStation fan since PlayStation 1, and every single analog controller like that has had the dual sticks, every single one of them, by the end of that console's lifetime, I look at like the thread and it's so carved in all the way around. Especially from I used to my PS2 I think was the worst one because I played way too much Final Fantasy X. And in Final Fantasy X, like Lulu, her overdrive, you got to spin the thumbstick as fast as possible.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, "What?"
My controller is destroyed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just saw that picture on Twitter. Actually, that is. I also got to say, I'm fucking jealous that you got a white one. The white PS4 looks so good.
I only got the controller white. I've got a black PS4.
Yeah.
How can you do that? How can you? I'm a perfectionist when it comes to consoles, and I have to have my consoles in the same colour as their controller.
No, I just got it for something different.
I hate you.
I'm going to take a photo of the three of them, like the two controllers and the PS4 next to each other so that you can cringe.
Yeah, problem is, like, everywhere over here is all sold out of white ones, and I'm like, but I really want the white one. It gets so dirty, but it looks so good with my Wii U and my Wii 3DS.
The thing that sucks is the dust actually shows just as much on the black console.
Yeah.
Since moving into this house, it's like, oh no, I've got so many black things because I went for like neutral things so it would work regardless of what the house was like. And now, man, everything collects dust and you can see it. It takes days before you're like, I need to dust again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My consoles have been doing that.
I don't have a console myself.
You're purely PC?
I have a PS.
Purely PC.
Nice.
My sister has a Wii, but it hasn't been working for like 6 or 7 months nowadays.
So good.
Yeah.
What are you whispering?
What?
It's so good.
What?
The
The
Wii
Wii.
U is such a good console, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
got
don't
the
know.
Wii.
The Wii's got some awesome games on it.
Yeah. The only game I've played on console is Super Mario Bros. on the Wii U. Oh wait, not Wii U, Wii. The normal Wii. I just have the normal Wii.
I have the Wii U.
Yeah, I beat Browser in 3 days.
Browser?
Browser.
Firefox is dead.
Yeah, fuck him. I can use Chrome for that one.
I need a Mario game. It's kind of sad that I have a 3DS. No, actually, no, I do have a Mario game. I have Mario Luigi Inside Story. That's a good game.
The what?
I like
Fucking
Mario.
good game. Inside Story, yeah. It's a
Never
Mario
heard of
RPG.
Oh, okay.
It's like you play as Mario Luigi who gets sucked into the side of Bowser's body, and like the whole game
Ooh.
is like swapping between Mario and Luigi, having sort of like platforming RPG combat sections, and Bowser who has non-platformy punch everything combat like turn-based combat sections and that, and it's really quite a good game. I'm really enjoying it.
I usually play like the Mario games on like emulators and stuff on my computer. So
You can't emulate DS games, bitch.
no, not yet.
I don't think you can.
You can do DS, I think, but not 3DS.
Yet.
I remember a lot of people like years ago trying to work their way around that, and I don't know. I thought the thing was that basically like DS, PS3, Xbox 360, etc. onwards were just so complicated that people's computers weren't really able to run them properly, and it was just kind of stupid to even try. So people stopped doing them anymore. But I don't know.
Oh no, you can have DS emulators.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I knew that because I played Phoenix Wright on the emulator.
On the clearly legal.
I still haven't.
I mean,
Console.
oh god, I'm gonna get all the
Police
C's from
everywhere!
Nintendo.
Go!
Damn it, you're making
God.
so much editing for me now. Yeah.
Oh god, they're kicking down my door. Freeze, motherfucker.
I actually just picked up the
next subject.
I was just thinking that. Wow, we're going well with the segues tonight.
Yeah.
Today, depending where you are.
Did you pick up, Pete?
Sorry, when you mentioned Phoenix Wright, actually, I've been meaning to get those games for ages, and I finally got it in a sale that happened this week.
Oh, they're good games. I'm gonna actually buy the new game that came out. Oh, probably
Twin Destinies or Dual Destinies or something? Is that
Dual
Phoenix
Destinies.
Wright X Dr. Layton, I remember, was the thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a fan fiction.
That's how you remember it. It wasn't a fan fiction.
Because it's Phoenix Wright X Dr. Layton.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's because of the age of fan fiction we live in. Every time someone puts X in something, I always think fan fiction. You know, Tekken X Street Fighter, Phoenix Wright X Dr. Layton. Seriously, when I first heard of Tekken X Street Fighter, I actually thought it was a fan fiction that everyone really enjoyed, and until I saw it in shops, and I was like, "This is a game? Oh, that makes a lot more sense now." Like, these people that I know don't really, I guess, didn't know what fan fiction was. I didn't really understand how they knew what fan fiction was and why they were reading fan fiction of Tekken X Street Fighter. It all makes sense.
God, I don't want to imagine.
So
that would be cool if like Tekken and Mortal Kombat came together and I just duked it out. That'd be cool. Like all the fighter games just came to one. You had
Marvel
a little
v.
Mac
Capcom.
in there.
Marvel v. Capcom was the best one. Actually, no. Super Smash. Super Smash best.
Yeah.
Super
I like that
Smash. Never played that game. Actually, no, I have played that game once.
It's so
I hated
accessible.
it.
You hate it?
Because I suck so bad. I played with like 4 other friends that were actually pretty decent at the game, and I was new, and I got absolutely stomped.
Your friends are mean.
They like,
Yeah.
I swear, they like beforehand they said, "Oh, let's all gang up on this guy." It's so funny because that's what happened in the game. Everyone was like eliminating me first. I always get eliminated first, even if I try to like play defensively.
That may not be your friends, though. To be fair, in Super Smash Bros. Games, in my experience, the most experienced person is always the person who gets knocked out first, because they're always like in the wrong sort of placement.
Yeah.
And they just like get hit by a stray shot or something.
That's not with me. I was like the worst person there, and I got bam. Because everyone went for me first because they knew I would be like the easier target.
Just play on Hyrule Temple and stay at the bottom. Done. You don't get knocked out down there because there's like basically nowhere to knock anyone off. Then you just hide down there. That's what I used to do for like melee, I think.
I need to play this game more.
What's that? Hyrule Temple?
Like, as in Smash Brothers in general.
Yeah.
I just haven't played enough.
I haven't got a proper controller at the moment. I've got I bought the like GameCube thing.
That's right. The normal one is beneath you.
Yeah, because I can't play with the giant screen Wii U controller. I can't play with a Wii remote. But the problem is I don't have my Wii motes anymore because they're at my mum's house.
Oh.
So I'm trying to get her to send them up to me so I can actually use my GameCube controller.
Oh, yep.
Because it's like a GameCube controller that plugs into the Wii mote. And I'm trying to get that up, and I can't play Super Smash Bros. Without that.
Have you tried
I've been trying, and I can't play any higher. I can't find any others in shop.
Oh, really?
I've been looking at those. Yeah, I've been looking at those, but the local shops and stuff don't have any. I don't know what it is. I guess someone has like pre-order forever or something.
They actually do feel really nice to use, those controllers.
They look nice. It's just I can't seem to find a single one.
That sucks.
It's mocking me because I have my Princess Peach like GameCube controller because it's freaking awesome colours. Because in my defence, it's either Yoshi or Princess Peach, and no one wants a Yoshi controller because Yoshi sucks.
What?
Yoshi sucks.
What? Were you shocked then?
It's the colouring on it. It's so bad. It's like the model, the controller thing's green, and then like all the buttons are like, I think it's orange, yellow, white, and it's just like, no. Let's just keep it all little shades of pink and make it look awesome.
I actually got my baby sister a Mario Wii controller, and literally I bought it, right, and I got home and we were very, very eager to test it out. We load up the Wii isn't working. Like literally on the day we bought the like $70 controller, I was like, okay, I just spent $70 for nothing.
I see how it is.
Yeah, I see how.
Fuck you, Wii. Oh no, they've got the Pro controller back in stock now.
Oh.
Do it. It's good.
Do it.
I don't have any cash on me at the moment.
Yeah.
Sell your
sure,
drugs quickly.
Yeah, I'll sell all the drugs.
Sell all your stash quickly.
So, we did have a segue earlier, and then we ruined it.
What's that?
Yeah, because you started talking about drugs.
Yeah, well, what?
We're talking about drugs, man. Drugs.
Yeah.
I missed that bit.
Drugs and pugs.
Yeah.
Making
Hugs.
lugs. Yeah, hugs with
Hugs.
lugs.
I know.
Hugs
Drugs.
with big old lugs.
Thugs get
We're
brought to
making
justice,
hugs
right?
drugs.
Right?
Hmm? What?
Thugs, they get brought to justice, right?
Yeah. Pugs.
Like
Yeah.
like the next
Pugs.
topic and the kid who got brought to justice for doing swatting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that segue.
Oh, that segue. So smooth.
That was so
Okay.
bad. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. A 13-year-old boy confessed to the police that he initiated 3 separate instances of swatting. 3 separate instances. That's very interesting.
Just say it in podcast. Don't sit there going, dude, what the hell are you on about?
Yeah.
Alex just
Who are you
messaged
talking to me?
in
I
Skype
just
saying, what the
seen-
hell, at my comment.
Oh, I thought you said what I said.
I've
I was like, what did I say?
No, I've seen the pictures that he's been posting on
Yeah.
Skype while this podcast is going on.
Oh, now I've
That-
got you. Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I was laughing.
Yeah, I'd heard you laughing and I was like, I'm just going to continue.
Is your refrigerator running? Or what part of Enchanted Castle don't you understand?
It's fantastic.
Oh, the audience at home would have no
fuck is
idea.
It's awesome. That's what it
Anyway,
is. So,
swatting.
yeah.
It's a fucking dick move. Some
Mhm.
bastard's been arrested or something.
Yeah. Basically, I just put this in because I thought it's good to see that people are finally starting to have to be held accountable for their actions when it comes to stupid things like this.
Yeah, I found out that person that apparently got 25 to life was not actually a thing. It was a hoax.
I know, I saw that and I was like, holy crap, that escalated, but it was from a satirical website. It wasn't real.
Yeah, that was actually a real news report though. The person did get 25 to life because he'd murdered a baby.
Oh, wow,
Mhm.
that...
Ah.
He
Oh.
had punched his girlfriend left him with the baby to babysit and it wouldn't stop crying, so he punched it to death,
What
which
the
is just fucking
fuck?
sick.
I think he should get shot for that.
I think it's something along those lines. I know he killed the baby because it wouldn't stop crying, but I don't remember how. I think it was he punched it or something. But
Yeah.
it's just sickening.
Yeah.
I hope
but,
he gets life. Or, you know,
Oh,
at least
I'm
a
pretty
bullet.
sure he did.
Good. Because then I would have, like... I would deeply be, like, I give up on humanity if he got away with that. 25 years is not enough for something like that.
But these people, swatting people, yeah, they've got like, I think it said like one of them who did like 3 times got community service and one of them got 5 years, I think.
To say community service, because one of them was only 13. He was a 13-year-old that did it against
Yeah.
like other like Minecraft players that
Competing
were
people,
against
yeah.
him.
I think he was the one that got like a load of community service and stuff. And towards the end of the news article and stuff, it says I think it's something along the lines of someone got here we go. Another teenage swatter, Brandon Wilson,
Yeah.
was arrested in February for the instance of swatting in which he reported a supposed murder in Naperville, Illinois, and was arrested. A resident of Las Vegas faces 5 years in prison if convicted of all charges. There you go.
So, yeah, it's good to see that they're actually starting to crack down on this now. Because some of those, like, you watch that... Oh, man, I couldn't believe watching that video where some dude... Yeah, Kuchar, when he was really good in that. But far out, that was so tense. You're just sitting there, it's just like... All it would take is just one thing that... Like, one move that wasn't right, and that's it. You get shot. Or, like, things like SWAT teams, I think... I heard somewhere from someone that if like a dog attacks them, they will shoot the dog because they've got to go on about the officer's safety, trying to go in there and neutralize a situation. And so like if someone decides to SWAT someone as a joke, they could get like a dog killed or for doing nothing. Or if someone did make the wrong move, then someone completely innocent person could get shot.
I can't believe he did it 3 times though. 3 separate instances of swap. Wait, is that like the same
the 13-year-old guy?
Yep. 3. They didn't like wise up to this guy after like the second time. Or the first
I think it
time?
says something along the lines of basically they got suspicious and tapped his phone, and that's how they kind of caught him.
They were able to.
If I remember correctly,
they were able to trace his IP address because they were all done via VoIP. Or VoIP calls, and there was some spoofing software on there, but that was how they were able to sort of determine it was him for sure once they did track it down to the residence.
It's sickening how easy it can be sometimes too.
Yeah, it's scary how easy it is to do that.
13-year-olds can do it. That's how easy it is, and like, there's a chance that people can get shot, some people get killed, damage to property. And like the people getting swatted certainly aren't in like the best state of minds while it's happening either. They must be like terrified.
I know personally I would shit myself.
Yep.
I would too.
Literally shit myself. I would just be like, sorry officers, I have pooped myself.
I need to go to the toilet.
I'm sorry about the smell. What smell? Me.
Sorry, it's just my...
Why are your pants wet? I also peed on the poop. You're not making it better for yourself, son. I know this.
I made a 3.
But I'm fucking scared.
And then you're like,
please
puke?
do not shoot me.
Because it like smells so bad, you start puking. So like there's poo and shit and pee coming out of you and like vomit. Tea, yeah, tea. Because you're an Englishman.
I'm one of the only people I know that doesn't drink tea.
You must drink
Very
tea.
rarely drink hot drinks.
Drink tea? Wait, does that mean you don't drink coffee?
No. I'm diabetic, so caffeine and stuff isn't good for me.
I didn't know.
So I'm not really allowed energy drinks.
I didn't know. Caffeine was no good.
I think if I remember correctly, something along the lines of it can like mess with like this. I don't know. It messes with something or other. I remember.
Okay.
Like it's not recommended. Like it's not like it's completely spoke off of, but like if you can do without it, it's better.
Okay.
I've never really drank it before anyway, so.
It's terrible. You should never drink it then.
Yeah. Or you die. Or you might die.
Now that we're on the topic of sadness.
Oh.
Yeah, segues.
Yes.
Clearly, tea. Not drinking tea, sadness is logic. It's 6 days of separation or whatever. Six ways of separation.
6 degrees.
Yeah, 6 degrees of separation. That's the one. Something 6 separation. Justice, sadness, boom.
Yeah.
Lawyered. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're the most impacted by this.
Yes, I know.
Do you want to read it?
So, yeah. Kojima and Konami, people probably already know, are kind of going their separate ways after 30 years. Konami has insisted that it will not affect Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, although it will. It will have stinging impacts on everyone. Everyone will be like, that's Kojima Metal Gear! I can't do anymore. And then they'll die. That's what will happen. A lot of people will die on that game. And yeah, apparently Konami are like probably going to make more Metal Gears, but Kojima will not be involved.
That seems so wrong.
Yeah.
Is he actually the writer, or is he? I've never actually.
Pretty sure he's the writer.
He is the writer as well. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, yeah. Kojima was basically like the origin of Metal Gear.
Now I need to double check this. Wikipedia.
Away.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew this already, and like super smart and gaming knowledge and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
I have no idea what any of this is.
Wow, he pretty much does it all. He's like the designer, writer, and producer.
Yeah, Kojima is just He always puts some. If I remember correctly, I think he is always in every single one. There is like a cameo of Kojima in every single Metal Gear.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Psycho Mantis fight, the paintings at the back of the room changed to 5 of the chairmen who were closest to Kojima at the time, if I remember correctly. One of them is Kojima.
Oh, yeah.
That's when, if I remember correctly, it's when Psycho Mantis takes over your mind sort of thing.
Yep.
And is like tormenting you. The paintings at the back change. I'm not entirely... I think that's what happens.
I'm so going back to that.
Not 100% sure on that, because I haven't played Metal Gear 1 in years and years and years. If I think in number 2, when you set up your like camera ID thingy stuff, you can put in, I think it's Kojima's name and date of birth. I think it's name and date of birth, and it's and like the screen flashes up like "Happy Birthday, Mr. Kojima" or something like that. I think that may just be just having your your birth date on the day that the console is set to. I'm not entirely sure there. But I remember there was one which was like to do with having Kojima. I know Kojima used to be a painting in 1. He used to have something to do in number 2. I think 3. I think someone had a dog tag of his. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember 3. 4 was. Fuck. Where was? I don't remember where it was in 4. He does it all the time. Like I know the Portal Warps ones. There's a mission. I think it's Peace Walker. There's a mission where you have to, where it's like Snake. There's this like super executive guy sort of like being held hostage by these guys and that, and you got to go save him. And it turns out to be in that mission. You would think it would be Kojima, but Kojima's actually a hidden civilian that you can save in that mission, but isn't the main objective. Like, I remember playing through that, and I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to go get Kojima. And then, like, I played through the mission, I was like, no Kojima? And like, I looked up, and he's actually hidden in that mission. I was like, you bastard. And, yeah, Ground Zeroes, he has just a fourth wall breaking cameo, where there's, like, a special mission where you've got to rescue a super important person, and it turns out to be Kojima. Oh. And at the end of the thing, Kojima just, like, looks at the camera, is like, what took you so long? It's like, you bastard. You bastard.
You bloody bastard.
It's just... Kojima, like, oozes style, which is just... And, yeah, it's a very sad thing that I don't think I'm probably going to play another Metal Gear game, which is quite sad, because I don't know if... Well, I will probably try it, but I can't imagine it's going to have that sort of same flair that they've had.
By the way, you weren't sure about where he makes the cameo in Metal Gear Solid 4? I just found it. You know how there's those like random ads at the beginning of the game? He is randomly standing off in the corner at the back of the room for one of the cooking shows.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've just found a screenshot, and it's actually kind of creepy how he's just like blending into the background, just standing straight, arms at his side, looking at the host. It's
what
really
about number
creepy.
3? Where is your number 3?
3. I don't know.
I know he's put himself. I swear he's put himself in every single one.
It does. It says that he's makes a cameo appearance in all of them.
Yeah.
But
it's
yeah,
quite funny,
it's pretty funny.
He's such a troll most of the time. Like,
I love it. But yeah, it is going to be interesting to see where the series goes. It's not going to be the same. You're right.
I'm just gonna imagine playing Phantom Pain now and just be like on a Kojima hunt. Gotta find him.
I'm curious to know what's going to happen to Silent Hills, because that demo was absolutely amazing.
Wasn't that like a mix? There wasn't. I thought that was not a Konami project though. I thought that was a Hideo Kojima and
Well, I know that Hideo
Emerald Del Toyo.
Yeah, those two definitely made it, but I would have. They're always so cryptic when they. Like, yeah. Hideo's always been really cryptic when he's bringing stuff out. Like, the Phantom Pain, when he first did that with, what was it, Moby Studios or something? Like, created a fake studio just so that no one would know when he first started announcing things. And, like, even with this one, what did they put it under? They had a different studio for that as well, before they finally announced that it was Silent Hills once you finished it.
Yeah, I think he put his name backwards or something as the thing, or it was something like a jumble of his name, if I remember correctly.
Was it? I thought it
was was the studio, I think? I think I remember reading something along the lines of basically he hid his name in the studio or something like that. I know also... Oh, it was like PT, which is playable... No.
Playable trailer.
Yeah, playable trailer, that was a... Yeah, I was going to... Playable demo.
Silent Hills PT. Now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Confession, I have never played a Metal Gear game before, so...
Wow.
You should.
I have no idea.
Go get Metal Gear Solid, the original, play through it.
Is it solid?
Yep.
Bunch.
It is. Yes.
How solid is it?
All of them are very, very good. But, yeah. The problem you may have with like the older games and stuff
they
is
are
the
solid.
camera
They
angle.
are all solid, technically, if you think about it. Yeah. You see what I did there?
Yeah, no. They're very good games, but the storyline is batshit insane.
Yep.
And will probably require you to like read up other things if you want to understand it, because I don't really understand fully what's going on in Metal Gear anymore.
The first one...
I followed that game for years.
Yeah, the first one I think made sense because it was quite short. Like, after you finished it once or twice, you got it, and then you could just breeze through it, and it was quick. But the good thing to that as well is that you played through the story so many times that it made more sense every time you played, until eventually you got it all. Whereas the other ones... Metal Gear Solid 4 is a lot longer and seems so much more convoluted. So...
Yeah, and then there's 2 with, like...
2
and then
right.
3...
3 I still haven't played, actually.
Oh, okay. 2, well, it just... If you watch all the way through it and that, and then, like, with Metal Gear games, at the end they always have a...
teaser.
Yeah, they'll have like a little thing where it's like, ha ha, they didn't know that I was secretly James Bond or something. And something like that will happen.
After the credits. Every time.
Yeah, after the credits. Every time. It'll be 2 of the main characters who are talking, and they'll just like reveal something that's just kind of just turns everything on its head. And it's like, fuck you guys! Why? Like, 2, I don't know if 1 did it, but I know 2 like just really fucked with you. 3 really, really fucked with you. 4 was just like, my pants are down already. Like, wow. Basically, you play 4 with your pants off just because you're like, fuck it, it's gonna happen.
Fuck it.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna get to the end of this game, and nothing's gonna be true, and the moon's gonna be made of cheese, and Hideo Kojima has ascended to godhood. Or something, and then you get to the end. Called it.
Called it.
By the way, never try and call what's going to happen in a Metal Gear game. You probably won't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
It's like a weird mix of like anime, like crazy anime, and like realism at the same time. It's weird. they'll be
basically
going off
100%
of
summed
like
up.
keeping things accurate to like modern military, and then it'll suddenly go like, oh yeah, by the way, crazy anime shit. Whoa.
Yeah, it's like there's like this Sherman tank can survive this many bullets, and these guys are in the KGB and blah blah blah, important people, and nuclear fires into space. It's like, but when in the Cold War could they fire missiles through space?
That's like even
And time.
the geckos in like Metal Gear Solid 4. It's like really modern and current the way everything looks and feels, and then suddenly you got geckos, like these two-legged walking mech tank things. Oh, what?
I love that.
They're awesome,
It's
but
like-
it's just like, wow, okay, I'm sure.
Also, Snake is the most powerful person ever to live in existence of mankind, by the way. Like, I know there's a bit in 4 where you're riding on top of a ATV thing and you're just gunning down hundreds and hundreds of people, and even fighting geckos with like a machine gun. It's like, there's an armoured tank that's walking at me, I'll just kill it with a machine gun. Fuck it. Run out of bullets, I'll stab it in the eye with a knife or something. Oh yeah, these machines bleed. That's another thing.
Yeah, it's weird.
What?
Yeah.
What is it? They even like sort of. It's like they pee.
What?
Yeah, that the geckos can pee and bleed.
It's weird. You got to play the game. It's awesome.
In Rising Revengeance, your character basically judo tosses the Empire State Building.
I still have to play this and see that. It sounds
Yes.
awesome.
It's very, 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 very early.
Awesome.
I think maybe you kill about 2 people and this happens. It's like, I'm done. I'm done.
I like it.
I'm done.
It's like, hey look, I killed you start off like all badass and that. It's like, oh look, yeah, like cool, I'm a samurai now and stuff, and I got a sword, and it's just like, oh look, no, okay, fine, I'll fight that barehanded, yeah, okay, judo toss it, why not?
By the way, PT, that is published by Konami, or it's everything I've found, it's got Konami listed as one of the publishers, along with Sony Computer Entertainment. So it is going to be interesting to see how Hideo leaving is going to impact on that.
Is he actually fully leaving though, or is he just? I swear the article was saying that basically he's just not working on Metal Gear anymore.
No,
or is he actually leaving?
I'm not sure if it's he's leaving or Konami have kicked him out, but they're not. It's not a thing anymore. He's no longer in Konami. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I've been hearing mixed stuff.
It has been a bit mixed, but that is one thing that seems to be a consensus, is that it's definitely not happening, but where it's getting mixed is people saying, oh, but he is still going to be doing this though, or he isn't doing this, and blah blah blah. Konami have been very big on saying, no, there is still going to be Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain and all that, so it's...
That has to be.
It's just, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But yeah, that's...
The good thing is, once 5's out, that's it. The story should at least make sense, possibly.
Hopefully he
That's
wraps
the
it
last
up.
one.
If he's
that
leaving,
is the last one.
Hopefully they're going to wrap it up, and the rest are going to be spin-offs from here.
He's
Said
that that's the end of the saga.
Oh, that's going to be so good. Oh, this is... That by itself has made me so excited for this game now. Oh, wow.
And not
knowing
just
that
the
it's going to be
deaf-blind
an
mute
end.
sniper.
And not just what?
And not just the deaf-blind mute half-naked sniper.
What?
What?
There's a character, I think she's called Mercy or something, who, if I remember correctly, I think she's mute, and she might be deaf, but she's also half-naked. She's a sniper.
Right.
And I know she isn't blind, at least, but I know I know for sure
As a
she is
sniper,
mute.
you'd hope not.
Yeah, I know for sure that she is mute. I know that for sure.
How would she be able to snipe if she had no sense of where anything is? Because she won't be able to hear.
Welcome to Metal Gear.
Maybe she could smell them out,
Okay,
echolocation.
here's the
for your
thing,
nose.
Apple, you don't understand in Metal Gear. There is a character called Vamp. He's called this because he's Romanian, not because he's a vampire.
Yeah.
Though he pretty
that
much
makes
is a
sense.
vampire.
Yeah,
Romania is where the original vampire is from, right?
but why would he be called Vamp? Just like literally, they make a point, like because
Oh, Transylvania.
one of the characters like meets him and that, and like someone's just like that's Vamp and stuff, and he like, if I remember correctly, basically starts to jump to the conclusion of, wait a minute, is he called Vamp because he's a vampire? Because he just saw him kill and like drink the blood of a load of people.
Yep.
And the other character's kind of just like pretty much just like he's Romanian. It's like, so you're gonna point out that more than drinking blood? Just he's Romanian and he's a wizard with knives, if I remember correctly. It's a description of him. It's like
A wizard with knives.
oh,
He's good with
he's
it.
Romanian, a wizard with knives. Don't
Oh,
touch
and
on the name of Vamp at all.
Fun fact: Transylvania is actually a state in Romania, I think.
That's pretty cool.
Fun
Is that?
facts.
Cool.
You know Transylvania, where like Dracula.
Dracula.
I'm going to suck your blood. Lives. You know. I can't do an accent when I'm trying to whisper.
Yeah, it's batshit insane. You should play that series.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
The problem is
like,
you can't play the later ones without. You won't fully understand the later ones without playing the earlier ones because there's a lot of throwbacks.
Yeah, there really is.
It's just that like getting myself to play new games is a challenge because
They're
like
old.
Start
know, but-
with Metal Gear Solid 1 because it's actually not that long a game.
Mm.
It would probably, my guess would be like 4 hours to finish it the first time. So it's not too long. Once you've finished it the first time and you know your way around, you can literally halve it and start finishing the game in like 2 hours or 1.5 hours. You can speed run the crap out of that game. But yeah, that first run, it's still not that long a game. Like 4-5 hours tops would be my guess.
And you can dress up in a tuxedo.
Yeah.
Automatically sold.
Or you can be invisible. The
Oh, yeah,
tuxedo,
invisible
that
as well.
took a lot more effort to get the tuxedo.
I remember getting the tuxedo first.
Really?
I don't remember how I got the invisible thing, but I
You
swear I
got-
got the tuxedo
Because
first.
you got the... I swear it was like... First, you had to pick... Because you had the choice of who you...
Yeah,
You had a
take-
choice at one point. I'm not going to say anything else.
Yeah.
And then if you pick one choice, you'll get the bandana for unlimited ammo on the next playthrough. If you chose the other one, you'd get the active stealth camouflage so that you're invisible. And then you do the alternate so that you get both of them by the end of that. And then you did something else so that you could get the tuxedo. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, there's rewards for consecutive playthroughs and stuff like that, and doing things differently, and it's pretty damn cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, just one playthrough won't take long. You should do it.
I'll think about it. Might do a let's play of it if I so feel inclined.
Do it.
Okay, yeah, no, it is tuxedo is complete the game twice, once for both endings. So I just must have forgot about that then.
You got just blinded by how awesome the tuxedo was.
Pretty much.
It was so good. Anyway,
So, next things trying to be awesome.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Segways.
Yeah, the segue. Trying to be awesome with the segue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not getting there.
It is.
Um,
It is an attempt at
Nice.
awesomeness by a company that's not so awesome.
there we go. Now we're getting better. Ish. Go.
go on. Somebody has to do the
Alright,
introduction.
so I don't know how aware everyone is, but YouTube has the whole being able to stream thing. What is the current term for it? I can't even remember. I've never touched
YouTube Live, I think.
it. YouTube Live.
I remember I've seen one person or so ever.
I can't actually
But then
see it
again,
on the list anymore.
Live events.
Live events.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen.
Oh, there we go,
If
yeah.
you go into
people-
Video Manager, it's under Live
Just
events.
found it. Yeah. So you can use that to stream video and whatnot, the same as you do with Twitch. I don't know, it's fairly understated. Like, you even now looking at it in the menu, it's pretty hidden. You have
like as you said, you have to go into Video Manager, and then from there you can go into live events to enable streaming. And yeah, basically YouTube have gone, yep, they get it. It's not as good as things like Twitch and whatnot. So they're going to be relaunching it this year, and they're going to have a new focus on gaming and esports. So they can. So basically, they're trying to take on Twitch. So I actually haven't read that much into this, to be honest. It just seemed very interesting. Actually, no, that's right. There wasn't too much on this.
No, because YouTube never decide to say, hey, look, we're doing something. Here's some information about it. They just say, oh, we're doing this. You're going to like it. I was like, well, no, we're probably not, because we've got Twitch. I don't know. I don't think YouTube should.
So many people are trying to like encroach on this. Like, it's so established with Twitch, and it is so like Twitch is slowly starting to branch out, and you're getting things like podcasts are on there. I've noticed that there's now a
gaming talk show.
Gaming talk show. That's what it is. So you're getting gaming talk shows on there for podcasts and stuff. And you're getting things like developers actually streaming them making the game that they're doing, which is pretty damn awesome. So
a friend of mine does that.
Sorry?
A friend of mine does that. It's actually really good.
Oh, nice.
It's good for feedback.
I really want to watch it. I haven't had a chance yet, but it's just cool. You're seeing Twitch is branching out, but then now everyone else is sort of going, let's be Twitch. And they're trying to be what Twitch started as instead of what it's heading to.
Yeah.
They're trying to beat Twitch to its own past, basically. Like, hey, look, Twitch, we can do what you used to do, but better. And Twitch does. They're like, well, yeah, you're working to what I started with. I've already beaten that. They're just like, we can beat you there, though. There's like, no, you can't. I've already beaten that. We can beat you there, and we will. It's like, okay, whatever, do your own thing. Hey, everyone, live music.
Yeah, that's the thing with like people who copy other people's ideas. Like, they're never going to have their own creativity. They're just going to copy and like deal with just the remains.
They can never. Still interested. Most of the time, can never invent.
Yeah,
really, they'll always be that one step behind.
So, do either of you think YouTube have a chance? Like, they're a lot bigger than Twitch is, but
the thing is they've already had that live events thing, and I don't know anyone that has ever used it.
Neither do I.
Well,
because it's awkward. Yeah. Really, I was apparently streaming. I found this out. I remember I was playing with this when it was new. I was playing with this and trying to set it up. And the other day, I was like, I forgot. I think Colours may have brought it up and that. And I was talking, and I went into live events. And I was like, "Oh, I've been streaming for about the last year."
What?
Yeah, I hadn't been streaming, but my channel was saying that I was streaming on YouTube.
Wow.
But nothing was being played there, because obviously I hadn't set it up.
Yeah, it's not a very good implemented idea at all, I don't think.
Like, even if YouTube does manage to implement this really well, so it's simple and easy to do and accessible to everyone, do you think that the fact that it's YouTube is going to give it a chance against Twitch?
Not at all.
Not really. The thing is Twitch is so established. It's like if Twitch tried to implement a VOD system which is more than what it already has, it wouldn't beat YouTube.
That's a good.
Because people, when you think of streaming, you think Twitch.
Yeah.
If you think of videos, you go to it's like TB said before. I remember watching a podcast or something of his, and he said the reason on his channel you have to subscribe to view his VODs, and the reason he does that is because he knows in real terms here, no one's going to be wanting to view them anyway. So he's just like, I'll just put them over there, sort of thing. If people want to view videos, they go to YouTube, because watching a VOD of a live stream makes you feel a lot less connected, because you're not interacting with the person live.
Yeah.
It's like Yeah, it's like watching a filmed stage show. It's not the same as being there.
True. Though, I must say, if they find a way to make it, like, we all know that Twitch has, like, a slight little delay, which is sometimes really, really, not, like, hard to deal with.
Sporadic.
But it's, like, annoying to have that 5-second delay there. Because, like, you say something in chat and then 5 seconds later he'll reply. If, like, YouTube fixed that, I think it'll have a chance. If it, like...
See, that's really sporadic, I see. I know a friend that has, like, sometimes, like, 10-second delay, but when I used to stream, I used to have about a 2-second delay.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I think it's more the fact of it's just so many people are using Twitch servers. Sometimes the delay goes up, sometimes it goes down.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I don't know
huge.
how much they could change it, yeah.
So, like, they can afford faster servers.
Yeah.
So,
they need to make it user-friendly, though.
That's the thing, they haven't done that at all.
And from the news article, it does seem that they're sort of focusing on esports. Well, it says that they're focusing on gaming and esports, but to me that means they're going to try and focus on esports, because that's where the money is, in all honesty. The money is in the esports. I know you probably do get a lot of money from gaming, but let's be honest here. When there's things like the Compendium that has like $1 million like wins and stuff, there's a lot of money there.
A lot of.
And it's gonna. I don't know. I can imagine they're going to probably make it as user friendly as possible, but people still aren't going to think about it, because I don't know. The thing is Twitch is set up specifically to find live people. If you go onto Twitch now, like, you just literally type in Twitch and go straight to the directory. Oh look, games. There's a list of games of every game that's being played at the moment. You can just scroll through that, say, oh, I want to view some Left 4 Dead 2. You click on that and it brings up a list of every live channel.
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't have that system. YouTube has, like, if, say, for example, I went onto YouTube and typed Left 4 Dead, even if I was... I don't know if they're going to change it, of course, to, like, so you can search for live people that are live now. But, you know, if you just do that now, you just see a load of videos and stuff, which is what people prefer, because they search specifically for stuff on YouTube, I find. Or they find channels that they like and they watch them. But I don't know, personally, how to actually find someone streaming, or a list of people that are streaming with YouTube at the moment. I don't know how to do that.
I don't think you can find other people streaming. I think it's like you find in your subscriptions. I think that's how you find people streaming it. I don't think that's very
broken.
Efficient. It's not efficient, because how can you advertise?
Yeah.
Like, you can advertise when you put videos up, because when you search it, it's like there. But like stuff like that, it's, I don't know. And you can't like put. Can you put time into the CEO? Like, put a description down and all that, or
into streaming?
With YouTube, I haven't actually played around with it at all.
In YouTube's video, of course, yeah, you can when you're making a video, but I don't know about streaming side of things.
Yeah, I haven't actually played around with it at all. I just went, oh, that's interesting, and then went on with my day. I didn't think about it too much, because I don't really think YouTube is a streaming site at all.
No, neither do I. I was purely trying to just push the conversation with my questions. I totally agree with everything you said. I don't think YouTube has a chance, but it's still interesting to sit there and go, it is big. It is huge.
Yeah. And
I think YouTube's bigger than Twitch is, but Twitch is bigger within streaming than YouTube is. And I agree with you guys that I don't think YouTube's going to be able to push Twitch out the road, regardless of how big YouTube is in its own right.
Yeah, it won't be overnight, clearly.
Yeah,
if
they'd have to introduce some really good features that Twitch just can't come back with, which they will. They've got the head start, so even if they are caught off guard with YouTube introducing something new and amazing, they're going to be able to come up with their own solution before anyone cares enough to switch.
That's the thing, like, while the YouTube has a leg up in like videos, Twitch is far ahead in streaming and stuff. I don't think YouTube can catch up at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a stupid thing for YouTube to do, because rather than focusing on videos, which is, where it really shines, it's trying to, divide its attention between videos and, streaming, which is kind of crap at, Doesn't really, attempt it at all, I don't think. I don't think YouTube has attempted live streaming at all, really, in my opinion. They're kind of just like, oh, it's an option now.
Yeah, they've put it there so that you can, but haven't really given it much of a focus.
I mean, why would use it at this stage? It's not really useful at all. They didn't, make it better or even, on the same level as Twitch, so I don't see a point.
Speaking of Twitch, segue.
Segue.
But that was good, actually.
Segway.com.
Basically, quick reminder for anyone who hasn't heard it during the week, but Twitch did get hacked, so make sure you change those passwords.
Yes.
PSA.
PSA.
Pizza. It's a pizza for all you guys.
Or JSA. Junk service announcement. Which is not really junk, but still.
But yeah, make sure you do. That also affects your stream key or stream URL or whatever it is. The one that you got to add into OBS. That gets renewed as well. So make sure you change that. I should probably do that now while I'm thinking of it, but I can't be bothered.
I actually got a
Twitch.
Twitch.
Me want to change it. I hate whoever did that, because now I have to change my stream key.
Damn you hackers.
Damn, making me spend 30 seconds.
God damn.
You bastards.
That copy paste function.
But yes, that's all there really is for that little thing.
Yeah, just do it, guys. Make sure it's safe.
Do it.
Stay
I'll
safe.
come to your house.
Don't do drugs.
You won't want us at your house.
Unless it's OGs.
We're bad public.
If it's OGs, it's okay. You can do them then.
We're bad guests.
The link I put to this next
We leave the toilet up.
topic is broken for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
You guys getting...
Okay, do you actually... I don't know
it's broken.
what it's about.
Yeah. Basically, PS4, they had a big announcement, big update come out this week. So one of my favorite features of the Xbox One over the PS4 is its instant on feature. So what it would do is if you're playing a game and you turn the console off, it'll actually save state. So when you next turn it on, you'll be directly into that game, or you can at least resume that point. So not as in it has to load the game and then load your save, it's actually there. You turn on the console, which takes 10 seconds, and then you press select on the game that you were in, and that's it. It's loaded. It's at that point that you were at when you turned it off. It is awesome.
Nice.
Kind of a standby mode.
Yeah, same sort of thing. And you literally go from powered off or close to, and to in-game within 10 seconds of turning the console on. It's awesome. It's such a simple thing. It's probably not simple for whoever created it, but in terms of a feature, it's not massive, but it makes a good... it's a huge deal. When you get to use it, you're just like, oh, wow.
Wow.
But the PS4 has never had that. And they finally announced... they finally provided that with this update, which is one of the... for me, it's one of the bigger things for this update. But the other things, they've also included a lot of accessibility features. So... now you're able to rebind buttons from the console, not within the game. So if you got a disability, it's really hard to use specific buttons on the console. You can start remapping everything to work better for you. And I can't access the link at the moment, but there were a lot of other features as well. I think color blindness might have been another one. But yeah, basically they just added all these accessibility options, which is pretty damn awesome on the PS4.
But
that's pretty freaking sweet.
But at the same time, it's one of those. There's two ways about it. One is that they're adding all these awesome features, and the other is that they're also adding a feature which is bringing it up to speed with the Xbox.
And also, to be fair, a lot of these, like color blindness, for example, come on, that has to be a standard thing by this day and age. People are colorblind.
Yeah, and it's something that's included in a lot of games in their features, but what is included in the games can be pretty bland with what they can do. Like Diablo, I'm not sure if it's been released on console, but I know on the PC they added colorblind options. So things like the rarity of weapons. So you had the color code for whether it was common, uncommon, rare, legendary, epic, whatnot. And now they've actually made it so you can go to the point of actually changing what each of those rarities are as a color code, so that you can see it and you can associate it yourself with what you can see if you're colorblind. It goes really in depth, which is freaking awesome to see in a game, but not many people go to that much depth. Most people will just have a colorblind option, which will just have more contrast to basic the color scheme.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I know Blizzard as well are very good with that, because in WoW, I don't know how recent it is, because I don't really play WoW tons and tons and tons, but I noticed that there is now a colorblind option and stuff where you can change it I think it has, I don't know how many different variations there are of colorblindness, but they have I think it's around about 10 or so different types of colorblindness, and you can set it to that, so you can set it to your own colorblindness. And I was playing through them and that, and yeah,
there's a lot of different types of colorblindness, though. They're just true. But I wouldn't know, though, in depth what they are. The whole
I was flicking
subject
through
of it is kind of what's that word I'm looking for? Complicated.
Yeah, I was flicking through and I found a few of them. One of them made them all green, one of them made all very light blue, and yeah, a lot of variation in this. So I guess it's probably quite helpful for people that need that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it should be common.
Yeah, it should be standard by now, though.
Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of people with that.
That's where something like this is pretty good, though. If I'm hoping I'm right, because I can't double check what I'm saying now, but if it is that it's added it at the console level, that means that regardless of game you're playing, you're going to have your colorblind options, which is pretty freaking huge. That is a massive deal.
Yeah.
It's no longer reliant on a company to think of colorblindness for their players. It's if you're on this console, you're going to be able to play it regardless. That is a massive selling point.
I think that is very true.
Yeah, talking of a massive selling point.
Oh God.
Is that a segue? I sense a segue.
I can smell a segue from a mile away.
That's a segue.
Yeah. It's some fine roast segue you got right there, boy. Too far?
No.
That was good.
That's fine.
Continue.
I always fear of going too far.
No, you're just not trying hard enough if you don't.
Yeah, that's true.
So, what was this segue that was interrupted?
Yes. Well, Nintendo are bringing Codename NX, which so far that's pretty much most of what we know. It's a thing called Codename NX. It's huh? But people are getting a lot up in arms about this, actually. I've noticed a lot of people are just oh my god, they're giving up on the Wii already, and the Wii U, and they're making this new console. And it's well, no. Consoles are in development for an average of 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
Is it really that long?
It's not...
Yeah.
Yeah, PS3 was in... was working on for ages. I think it's around about 10-year average, I think, for console. I know PS3, I remember, like, was sort of on the books and stuff being worked on for around 10-ish years. I think I got to say.
Wow.
When was Final Fantasy X released? Because I know I started like hearing very small rumours around that sort of time.
Everyone's
Because
frantically looking away.
2001, yeah, that's about 2001 or so. PS3, I remember hearing very slight rumours and stuff about it. Normally consoles are in development for around about 10 years or so, because to be fair, you look at what you're making, it's basically making a new game engine.
Yeah.
Like, well, not really a game engine, but it's not even a game engine. It's it's making it's making an OS effectively. Yeah. And you've got to make these quite diverse and stuff, and you've got to make them very robust, and it's weird, but
so
people are going apeshit about this.
But are they,
for some reason?
Is it specifically at them jumping to a new or starting on a new console already, or is it about the fact that they're partnering with mobile as well?
They're making
I think it's a bit
mobile
of
games.
both. I remember before there sort of was the talk about the mobile games, I remember a lot of people, their first assumption and jump to thing was just, oh my god, they're abandoning the Wii U and they're abandoning the 3DS. And it's like, well, no, that's a 10-year plan. And then when they sort of said, oh, look, we're going mobile, and people were like, oh my god, it's EA again. And then they went even more batshit.
Yeah, people just don't understand how long these things can take. Like, seriously, some of these are going to take years upon years. Starting early is probably a good idea. Like, I think most of the consoles, like the newer consoles, start before, like the consoles come out before it goes out.
Yeah.
So, like, you still get your money's worth. 10 to 12 years. So.
Well, here's a very true fact. Final Fantasy Type 0 and 15 have been in development since before Final Fantasy X was released.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know
that
about
was released
10.
in 2001. Yeah.
Because I knew Type... was it? No,
Type
15...
0 was Agito... Type 0 was Agito... 13 Agito... and 15 was 13 Versus originally.
Yeah, I remember the Versus bit. And they just kept redoing it, and then eventually went, nah, we're going to chuck this on a new console. Actually, no, we're going to make this a separate game. And they just kind of kept changing what they were doing with that game. It was interesting.
And yeah, they both started before 10.
Wow. That bit I didn't know.
I think I think it's had around about 15 years or so, maybe, of production time.
That's crazy. Can you imagine being stuck doing that, like working on a game like that as a developer for that long?
Well, maybe it's like some people might be like passionate about the game. I don't think they'll have much of a problem.
Yeah, they go in and out different projects and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. It keeps cycling people around so they don't get bored. But you'd also get the people who would like the monotony of working on the same thing. It would be like safe and secure for them, so it would also depend on the person.
I can't remember which one I was. I think it was 13 or 10. I don't remember which one. But I remember when one of them released, Square Enix said, like, look, this is how long it took us to make it. And it was like, literally every single person they had employed had done something to do with that game.
That's pretty cool. So that if you're part of that company, you've got something to be proud of, regardless of where you sit. Well, you would have done something.
If I remember correctly, that was 13, so you're not going to be that proud of that game.
Actually, someone posted something about... Oh, sorry. Found a YouTuber that does great levels in gaming, and they just analyze level design in specific games and where they thought it really enhanced the game. And I was really surprised when I saw amongst their list, they went through games like Journey and how you got sections of the game that were really complemented by the level design as well as other elements. But then they got to Final Fantasy 13, they're like, I know this is going to be a controversial one, but they actually thought the level design was fantastic for the game that it was.
And when he actually went through it, I actually can see exactly where he came from. It's like, wow, the whole corridor thing actually makes sense when you look at it in that perspective. Because the whole thing is that you're playing these characters whose lives are governed by the man, I got so confused with the Fal'Cie, Lassie, and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Fal'Cie basically dictate everyone's lives, and then you're these characters which are given this. You're given this task, and that's all you got to do. You don't have any choice in the matter. You're being guided to do this by the Fal'Cie. So the whole fact that you're on these corridors is actually a representation of that linear path that you've been given by the Fal'Cie. And it's not until you start breaking away from that, and when you get to the open world part, suddenly the whole level design, the way that it funnels you through to things, actually moves and fluctuates along with the way that the story's going. It was... I'm not doing it justice. No. You need to watch the video.
The only open bit, though, was that the giant planes. The rest of it was very funnily and stuff.
It was. But that, if you think about it, that's when they started breaking away from that.
I understand. That's a good... That's a good analogy in that, for the fact that basically you are... You know, they are being forced along this line, which they start to break away from, then you reach the big open areas. But then they kind of sort of realise, wait a minute, we do have to stop this thing, so they start getting funneled back. Because eventually you always have to go back. My problem wasn't the level design. My problem wasn't the whole no open worlds and stuff. I don't really care all that much if the Final Fantasy game is good. My problem was the characters were shit, and the characters were just so bad. I don't really mind the story. The story wasn't that bad. It's a Final Fantasy game. The stories aren't overly exceptional normally anyway. Most of them are batshit to the extent of, let's go kill God. Let's go kill reanimated God. Let's go kill this guy who is on the level of God. It's a JRPG. You're going to kill God. But it's more the fact of it's like, the characters weren't that good. They were just so... It just felt like all of them were very left open, so it was like, hey, I can be a superhero, or I can be 7 superheroes, because I can put my personality in every one of these characters.
Yeah.
I liked 13-2 a lot more, because it was more focused. There was 2 characters, and these 2 characters were built upon a bit more. And the world was built upon a bit more, as well.
13-2 started going off the rails for me. I loved the story of 13. When they got to 13-2, it suddenly became a convoluted mess of, alright, so, by the way, time travel now. Ha! Didn't see that coming, neither did we. We got no idea what we're doing anymore. That just frustrated me when they went to the whole time mechanic thing. And just the story with Sarah and... I can't even remember his name. That's
Noel.
No.
Noel's the bad guy, if I remember correctly.
No,
Noel Kreese is the bad guy.
No, he's the good guy. It's the Noel Kreise. Yes, I remember that now. No, I can't remember the other guy's name. But seriously, what the fuck happened in that game? Suddenly, Lightning's a god or a messenger of God or something, and then there's some other dude who's another god. And what the fuck happened to that game?
The story was batshit.
Like,
the story was batshit, but I liked the miniature stories.
Compared to that.
I liked the miniature stories in that, like the little pocket dimensions that you enter in that, these small little villages, they contain story. The overall story was stupid.
Yes.
Fucking stupid. But everyone's tiny little piece of the pie, they're like little stories and stuff. Like the little village that you go to who've been affected by the wind and stuff, and like the ever-changing elements and stuff, and you have to go sort the elements out for them so they can have control over them and have their farm and their village back. And I like those more than the batshit fucking insane over arc of the entire thing. Also, fuck those bosses. Fuck that purple-haired prick.
Those...
Oh my god.
Actually, I loved the bosses in that game.
I didn't mind any of them apart from that purple-haired prick.
Purple-haired prick.
The 1v1 with Noel and the 1v1 with Sarah... Fuck that. That was impossible. It was literally just farm for these 3 specific monsters, else you're not going to win. There is no chance in hell.
I do not remember this.
It's a really, 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 really hard fight to get to. It's like 2 of the secret bosses.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Like-
you're asking for it with the secret bosses then.
Yeah, but the secret bosses were manageable before. This one, you had to have basically a set of 3 monsters who were all very, very rare, and also you had to have these all set up very distinctively. It was basically like, I don't mind secret bosses being hard. I hate it when there are secret bosses where it's like, you can't have any variation to your strategy. It's literally, you have to do the same strategy. You might as well just play that out on a movie, really.
That does
because
suck,
you
man.
had no interaction with that.
Yeah.
That was how they set it out to be.
Alright, that does suck. This is very narrow.
And he was near impossible, basically. I remember with the Sarah one was the only one I got close to winning, and I just sat there pretty much constantly, like tiny, tiny, tiny chips away at his HP. And if I remember correctly, he has like a restore thing, and it was just pretty much, I got him like, about 30% off, and he was just like, restore, and I was like, fuck you. And he just like one-shot me straight after. I was like, yeah, that was going to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah, some of the...
Really hard.
I don't know. I found the difficulty in 13 was one thing that was a bit broken at times.
I remember Odin. Oh my god.
See when you got to those, what are they? The Eidolons. They were pretty challenging whenever you came against them. That was good. You were earning an Eidolon. It was when the bosses, when it suddenly got to a point where it went, okay, so
here's a long Gui, fight it.
No, it's more like the structure of the combat was actually really cool and really in depth. I loved it. And it was just, you go through the game, you're in a linear path, so you're going to be fairly close in level to what they're after. So it's pretty balanced. And then you suddenly hit that one, I cannot remember the guy's name. He was a massive head. I remember that.
Yep, I know who you're talking about.
But you get to him, and suddenly it is like running face first into a brick wall, and it is so hard. And I looked up all these guides, and even following them, I couldn't do it. And eventually I realised I had to just sit there and grind until I got to my max level for the area of the...
So that segment.
Yeah. And only then was it slightly possible. It was still possible to be one-hit KO'd. Which was so stupid.
I never had a problem with any boss in that game apart from Odin. Odin kicked the shit out of me.
See, I went alright with
everyone
those.
else. Even Orphan, people were like, oh my god, Orphan's so hard. I was like, no, I just trolled all over him.
No, Orphan wasn't too bad.
Like, that guy as well. That guy, like, the thing was, that guy, in my playthrough, was actually so easy that I actually forgot he existed.
What?
Like, I've seen, like, I very much enjoy Final Fantasy and stuff, and I always see, like, top 10 hardest Final Fantasy boss and stuff, and so many people mention him, and I'm just like, that's a boss? Oh yeah, it was, wasn't he?
Yeah, sure.
But I'm just like, I remember him coming back towards the end of the game, but people always mentioned the first fight, and I'm just like, I remember him coming back at the first end of the game, but I don't really remember the rest of that.
Hashtag humble brag.
That's what I say to you.
Like, it wasn't that hard compared to Odin. Odin kicked the shit out of me. Like, I remember that fight. I was like, fuck it. I walked into the Odin fight unprepared, of course, and unleveled or whatever, so he kicked the shit out of me. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll try it again. Tried it a few times. I was like, right, okay, this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to level up. So I capped up. I was like, right, screw you, Odin. I'm at cap now. I can definitely beat you. Kicks the living shit out of me again. I was like, fine, I'm looking up a guide. I'm beating you. Look up a guide. And it's like, do these set patterns and stuff and you will win. And I was like, okay, I'll just do that because I can't beat him.
I can't be screwed.
No. And then I found out sort of thing that it seems that every single Edlian thing had a distinct pattern to the fight. As you got on, you started to sort of notice it easier. I remember Bahamut was really easy. Hekantor was a bit of a dick. But yeah, it was like, oh, you do the certain set thing and the fight would be quite easy. But as you progress through the game and stuff, you learn to do these things. At the start of the thing, where Odin's just like your first thing, and you're just like, oh shit, I'm dead now, aren't I? Odin's just like, yeah, certainly. Sorry.
I just realised... sorry, go on.
I can just imagine him being like very sorry about it, like Ah, drat, I just got beaten by you. And then Odin's like, oh, I'm very, 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 very sorry, young sir. Please do try again in the next 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I'll have my tea break, so...
I'm sure you'll do better next time. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Odin's such a
he's
gentleman.
Really encouraging. He's like, you nearly beat me that time, man. Just try a little bit more harder, and I'm sure you accomplish your dreams.
I see Odin as that sort of person, though. Especially if you play 8, like 8. Towards the end of the game, like one of the bosses, Odin gets killed by, but like the fight sort of starts, if I remember correctly, and like the moment the fight starts, it does like the Odin thing. I remember when I first played for it and that, and I saw that, I was like, are you being serious? Have I just accidentally like one-shot the last boss or something? Because like it was a percentage chance that Odin would intervene. And I was like, oh my god, have I just one-hit him? I was like shitting myself, like crying with laughter, and then suddenly that last symbol comes up and I'm just like, what the fuck was Odin just wait, what? Odin died? And then at the end of the fight, Gizmaluk comes down, and I'm just like, Gilgamesh, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Odin's dead! And now you stole Odin's sword, you bastard!
Bastard.
Fucking hate Gilgamesh. He'd never done anything good for me. He always done the one damage move. He, I don't know if anyone's played it, but he has like, I think it's a rotation of 6 or 8 moves, and one of them can do 1 damage. And he always did that one move.
Excellent.
And I was just like, no! It's like, because yeah, he just picks out one of his 6 swords, or 8 swords, I don't remember which one, how many arms he had in that, but one of them's Excalibur, and yeah, Excalibur's 1 damage. I was like, no! Just do the 999, or the insta-kill one, or anything!
I just realised, how did we get all the way to Final Fantasy from Nintendo announcing a new console?
I don't know.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm
That's
sorry.
a tangent. I think we got one last thing for tonight. It's more of a just announcement news thing.
It's me!
Whoa, what the hell just happened?
Oh god. Getting
I've been
hijacked.
seeing an extra name in the JunkCast there. I was like, that's someone. Has Cam lived?
That scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, I was just waiting for it. Then you said, "Oh, we have one thing to announce," and I was like, "Yes, perfect timing."
Wow.
Yeah, I
Unintentional
just got
segue.
home. Yeah.
Unintentional segue. So let's continue for 3 more hours then. Now the colours.
Yeah.
Yay.
Another podcast just for me.
Podcast 24/7.
You literally came in just at the end of it. We had like one last thing, and then we were like,
Yeah.
I think we're done tonight.
So 5 to 10 minutes left, probably.
Everyone sounds so tired.
Buggered.
I don't know.
It's 2 in the morning.
3 in the afternoon for me.
Oh, for you're British.
Oh no, colours is here now. We can make racist jokes. Yay!
Yay!
Yay, it's allowed.
There we go. I don't have to impersonate colours anymore. Yes. Anyway,
Oh.
it's on to the last part of the
She
podcast.
probably thinks we're joking.
I can't wait to listen to the podcast.
Great.
So,
Just end up listening to it. It's just full of racism. It's like, nope, delete.
Alright. So, final thing for the night was the fact that Broken Age Act 2 finally has a release date.
Yeah.
Depending on where you are, it's either the 28th or 29th of April. So it's only a month away. Crazy!
I haven't played Broken Age number 1, but it's good to see that Double Fine are finishing a game. Cough, cough, space-based DF9. Cough, cough.
DF9 what?
Space-based DF9 is a Double Fine game that they were just like, suddenly halfway through development, like, it's finished! It's like, oh no, not really. You released it on early access and decided one day that it was finished at like beta 0.5 or something. I think it was beta 0.5. It was somewhere in the development of space-based DF9. They were like, "Hey, look, it's point whatever the fuck. It's finished." It's like, no. That isn't how development works.
You update it 10 times and you reach version 1. Winning.
Basically, yeah. But they were just like, oh look, because if I remember correctly, they like changed there was like a load of planned features, and then like when they did that, they changed it to like they just removed that part. I was like, oh, good job. No one's definitely gonna have a screenshot of that, are they?
Ooh.
Don't tell anyone. We got this.
Don't tell anyone.
What?
You were saying
Huh?
Never mind. Never mind. I was saying I'm double fine, being all like, alright, we're just cutting that bit out now. So it's like, don't tell anyone.
Oh yeah.
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 Good joke, Beatnik. High five.
Yeah.
Yeah, based DF9. Mostly negative reviews now. I
Wow.
wonder why. Recommended by only Double Fine games themselves. Yeah. They pissed off a lot of people.
I would imagine.
Yeah. I wonder why.
I'm trying to find the thing on it now where they were just like literally just like it's on.
What?
And that was basically it. That they made a thing on their thing.
They made a thing on that thing.
Jesus.
Oh, space base. I thought you said space DF9. I'm like, what?
You're getting crazy around
Double
here.
space DF9. What's that stand for?
Oh jeez, everyone is like super tired.
Yeah, we really have reached like the end. Everyone's quite done.
When did you guys start, and why did you start so late?
Because
partially my
this
fault.
person.
Actually, no. Screw you guys. It was not my fault. It was my internet's fault.
Dropped out. Yeah.
Yes.
We
screw you
waited
guys.
around
It's not
for
my
him
fault.
just to be safe, and he came back just as we were like, what are we gonna do? And then that's when he came back. And we're like, yay, it's on. We're all
Okay.
buggered.
Perfect
Yeah.
picture to sum up Space Base.
Because it's like, yeah, I just got back, and then I checked my Skype, and I was like, wait, the call's still going? What the heck? And then, yeah, it turns out you're still in the middle of the podcast. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a dress-up theme, so I dressed up as Ellie from The Last of Us. Felt pretty badass.
Nice.
Got it.
Did you kill people with knives and bricks and stuff?
Yeah, of course. There wouldn't be a party without murder.
That is very true.
You can't spell fun without murder. If you're dyslexic.
What? This still doesn't work.
If you're dyslexic, yeah.
Straight
Spelling
from Alpha
mistakes.
1.06 to finished. Hui, 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 hui. Sha, 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 sha.
The hell was that?
That's me doing my laugh, my weird laugh.
My
You always
tiny,
make-
tiny child.
Yeah, you always make weird noises every
Me.
podcast. I was like editing the last one, and you went, "Ee!" You made like these really weird noises, and I was like,
He did make that earlier, actually.
yeah. I was like, where did that come from?
It's just
So
cause,
red.
it's just 'cause, like long podcasts isn't something I'm typically used to. So like my natural defense to doing
Get
long
used to
stuff
it.
is just doing.
Like, wow, having to pay attention for longer periods of time.
That's what my high school is all about. I just made weird noises. Like I'm sitting in math, just doing all throughout
Oh,
class.
those people.
Yeah, I didn't get that many friends.
Oh. Oh.
I was so lonely.
Oh, okay.
Aha! I've depressed the entire podcast.
You ruined it.
Okay, so what's everyone getting up to this week? Alex,
Discussed
go.
at the beginning. Oh yeah. Actually, no. The
We
sign-off
said,
side of
what
things.
we had done. Now we're saying
Yes,
what we will
what's coming up on our
do.
channels and stuff. Good point.
Yeah.
I
Well-
have another party on Monday. I'm just partying it up to the max.
We're all
On my
just like,
channel,
how
no.
do you have the energy?
I'm
I
actually
know.
going to Food Star and just eating lunch. It's not even really a party, it's just a get together. Tonight was actually a party. It was fun. I went to my my best friend's house for the first time. It was really fun, and I mingled with all her friends because, like, she only came to my school last year, so I was like talking to all her weird friends from her old school, and yeah, they're just as weird as myself, so
Winning.
it worked out.
Worked out then.
Yeah,
Yay.
and I got 2 lolly bags. Score.
Oh, that's the best thing about parties.
That's a
They don't
win.
have anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I go to parties nowadays, and that's the thing I miss most. 'Cause most of the time, you just get like alcohol, and you don't get any candy or anything.
Here's a bag of alcohol. Fuck you, I want a lollies.
Fuck you! I don't want your goddamn gin. I want 90 pops. Damn.
I want a gingerbread man.
Here's Apple, crazy little bastard.
Yeah, I think like because it was an 18th and she's not a big drinker either. Thank God, because I went to a friend's party last year and it was her 18th and everyone was drunk and it wasn't really fun. It was actually quite boring, just lots of people vomiting. And
fun of going to those parties.
it wasn't that great because everyone was off their face.
Yeah.
I went to a party a couple of years ago, and I was probably like 14 to 15, and everyone was drunk and like making out.
Oh, okay.
It's so weird because it was like I just walked through the door and there was like a couple already making out on the couch. They were like,
oh.
Okay, is this normal? This is normal, right? And
Yeah,
then was
'cause-
like, yeah, they always do this.
At like the end of it, I was just sitting with her cousin, her other cousin, and her brother, and we were just chatting about stuff, and it was fun.
Sex.
That was like the best part. No.
Talk about birds and the bees.
Yeah, she said to her friend, she's like, "Oh yeah, because she's now 18. She's talking to like another 18-year-old, and she's like, oh yeah, what?" And then no, she's like, "Okay, we have to catch up, and then we can do adult things." Oh wait, and then she just realized what she said. I was like, "You idiot! We could do adult things."
Yeah.
Wink.
Oh,
Chicka
chicken
wow
wow.
Yeah, about chicken wow.
Oh my god.
Christ, the maturity.
Yes.
I never had any, and I have less when I'm
Adult
tired.
things.
That out of context was not good.
Yeah, no.
Doing adult things, I never had any.
But yeah, for me, I'm not getting any more mature in terms of my sense of humor at all. It's still the same.
Here is, raise
It
the
has-
hands.
Has been not that you can see our hands. But yeah, my sense of humor has been like the same for the past like 6 years since I was like 12. So yeah.
Yeah. 12-year-old humor is the best humor, right?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna make me yawn again.
But yeah, now I have like this awesome Ellie shirt that I can just casually wear around.
Casually.
Is good. Yeah, I don't actually
just
have.
wear like a normal shirt.
Yeah, it's a t-shirt except like it's got like the palm tree thingies on it, and you can't get it anywhere else. Like it's an Ellie specific shirt, like it's a Last of Us specific shirt. But I want to get her like ice cream hoodie because like you can't get that anywhere except like on the Naughty Dog store, and they don't ship out of like Canada and the US. That's so stupid.
Get shipped to or something.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that at some point, but it takes forever. So, and I didn't have time to do it, which sucked because it's a cool hoodie. So, might buy it in the next couple of weeks because it's pretty awesome.
Nice. Hey, Alex.
Yeah?
What are you up to in the next couple of weeks? Segway!
Next couple of weeks. I don't really know actually at the moment. Like, I finished
Suffolk
Resident Evil
Knights.
Revelations 2, and at the moment Don't Starve Together's still going on. But at the moment, I'm kind of just trying to get through Fallout 1 as fast as possible, so then I can decide whether or not I want to do a Fallout 2 Let's Play, Prison Architect, or another game that I forgot the name of now because I'm an idiot. But I need to discuss. I need to think which one I want to do because I used to really love playing Prison Architect. I used to stream it all the time actually as well. But I don't know. Like I can be insightful on that, and I haven't played it in ages, so things will probably go bad. So I don't know if I want to do that or Fallout 2. Fallout is a great game.
What? I didn't say that.
Oh.
Oh.
I know. I'll go one step further. I'll do Fallout Tactics.
Oh.
Everyone loves that game.
Hmm.
No.
I didn't really like it that much, but like I can see.
I don't like it either.
Like it's like an ex-commie type thing. I
Yeah.
believe.
Fallout shouldn't be. Yeah, it is. You play like a branch of the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a Fallout game. In my
But you
opinion.
can play as a Deathclaw in multiplayer. That's why I played it. I wanted to be a Deathclaw.
What?
I wanted to be a
That
Deathclaw.
just sounds overpowered as fuck.
Yeah, but like in multiplayer, you get like a score. So like not a score, but like a money type system. So like Deathclaws are like top tier, type of in money wise. Still OP. If you have one
Yeah.
of those, you basically like easy win. I would think. I haven't
Yeah,
actually
of course,
played
because it's
multiplayer.
really fucking strong. Like, they sort of nerf them as they go along with the games. So, of course, 1, they're going to be impossible to kill. 2, they'll be pretty freaking hard to kill. 3, they're not that hard. And New Vegas, you kind of just walk past them.
Usually with tactics, once you kill the Deathclaw, that's it. There's no opposition anymore. That's the trade-off, though. But you know, they're tanks as Deathclaws. I don't think it'll matter that much, but you know, it's all about those tactics and having a person to play with,
And having a Deathclaw.
and having a Deathclaw. Yeah, you're gonna have a ban of Deathclaws. You can just have dogs and you know, some raiders with guns.
Best shooting sounds ever.
Oh, they should hire me.
So, on with those shooting sounds, segue into Apple. What are you up to over the next week? You're making shooting sounds, okay, I get it.
I am actually going to be doing a lot of uni stuff, but I also have my holidays coming up very, very soon, and you bet you'll know what I'll be doing because
Bet
I'll be
you'll
playing
never
Civ
laugh.
5 quite a lot when studying is going on. I'm going to
So you're
play
not
the
doing
crap
anything
out
on
of
your
it.
channel then?
It's like
Basically.
study, quote unquote off.
You're not making those YouTube dollars.
Actually, I've got someone to edit them for me, though.
Oh, I wonder who it is.
Yeah, I wonder who it is.
Oh,
Colors. Wink.
Yeah. It like I still don't know who it is. I can't take a hint.
I'm winking, but you can't see it, so I don't know why I'm doing it. It's like I'm twitching now.
Yeah,
but,
I'm Apple Julius's editor,
mm-hmm.
making all that editing monies.
Yeah. I've got a lot of footage that I haven't been able to use because of obviously since my editing program as like.
And
shit.
I'm
God,
on
crap.
holidays now, so I can edit all of your crap.
I have a lot of crap.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while to edit all this, but the whole idea is just to get something out of my channel. I've been beating myself up a lot recently about it because like my channel means a lot to me because it's like my origins for like where I got most of my personality from and stuff. I have no idea how we digressed to this.
Now it's like
From-
really deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, My YouTube channel's been with me
So,
since like all my teenage years, basically. So
it's about your childhood.
How does it make you feel?
I was just about to say that joke. No, how does this make you feel?
Yeah, I was hoping someone would lead off into that.
It's not so much about my childhood. It's just more about, that stage where you go from being a child to being a teenager, where it was more relevant. Like,
So it's not about gaming ethics. Ethics of game journalism, some would say.
I think it started off as like, me wanting to become popular, but then it kind of drifted into something of an outlet for me. Because at the time I was going through some stuff. I won't go into that because I don't want this to become like depressing. Like I don't want to become like depressing over here. So like
So what you're saying is it is about gaming and
yes, it
game
was about
journalism, ethics,
it was more
think
about
game
like
journalism.
you know,
Hashtag Gamergate.
Oh no.
no. I just wanted an outlet basically, and that's where my YouTube grew to where it is today with my 84 subscribers, and yeah, pretty proud. I'm very proud.
Has everyone like been in a rut with their channel recently?
Yes.
'Cause I have, and nothing's been going on despite having like uploading regularly now. Again, it's actually been getting worse the more I upload, so
Yep,
Uh,
that's what happens. The further you get ahead of yourself, the worse it gets.
yeah. Also, the fact I haven't been uploading. My
That just
last
sounded
upload
like
was
you're
like,
farting.
okay, yeah, that's my response to that.
that was your response, I think.
Yeah.
I did it right.
Yeah, it was like no.
Oh wow. What has this turned into?
Maturity.
Yeah.
Charity for
Ethics
babies.
in game journalism.
So yeah, I've been stuck at like 125 for ages now. Like even when I wasn't uploading, I was still getting like tons of subs. Well, not tons, but like more than I am now. And I was still getting like subs and like views, like quite a lot of views, surprisingly. And
Yeah.
now that I'm actually uploading stuff again, people are like, oh, she's uploading again. Better not watch it.
Yeah.
But I do have a couple of people who do watch like all of my stuff, which I totally appreciate. Otherwise, nobody would watch
Yeah.
any of it.
I actually do watch yours and OG stuff, but I tend to nowadays like binge. Like I would just wait until like I have a lot of free time and then I just
You're
go
that
through
son
the
of a bitch.
episodes.
Hmm. What?
I said you're that son of a bitch.
What do you mean?
I notice that every now and again, like just like one day it'll just be like view, 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 and say, who the fuck is doing this?
Well, it's just so much
Not
easier
a
because
bad
like,
thing.
Yeah.
but by that time I can just like sit for 3 hours, get some popcorn, and I can just watch it like a movie, basically.
I know the feeling. I do it with pretty
Yeah.
much anyone that I watch.
Mm.
Just leave it for a while and then say boom, bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, I like to have stuff in the background while I'm doing other stuff.
Oh, and that as well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's wow. Yes. I don't know. That's just how I normally view stuff other than JunkCast. Because I can't, like, with JunkCast, I just can't wait. I just take it as soon as it's out. Because I'm addicted to JunkCast stuff.
Enough.
Yeah. I don't know why.
So, Miss Beatnik, vad have you been up to? What are you doing?
Oh, you got me. Oh.
You sunk my battleship.
You sunk my battleship.
Oh.
Ooh. You activated my trap card.
What?
You're so proud of yourself.
I know. I'm so happy.
Um,
Uh,
I'm done.
ma-
I'm done.
Yeah.
Objection. Objection.
Main thing I'm going to
Anyway.
be doing this week is doing a Let's Play of Broken Age, actually. Now that they've released announced the release date for Act 2, I was like, alright, I have to get on this now. So, yes. They've bumped it up to the top of the list. So that's starting tomorrow. I'm going to start recording it and hopefully record it all in one big sitting and start releasing that this week.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yes.
Other than that, Twitch streaming, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to actually stream and do that. Fallback's going to be Trials and maybe some Ollie Ollie.
Noise.
It's
I'm
always
actually
good to
looking to
fall
do
back.
some twitching as well.
Sorry?
Streaming, not twitching. Streaming.
Wait, what? Wait, you and Alex both talked at once and I got confused.
I meant to say I'm like planning to do some streaming,
Nice.
but I said I was planning to do some twitching.
This is how tired we all
Oh
are.
gosh. Apple's dying.
Oh god.
He sounds like he's choking to death. What the hell?
I'm trying to hold in the laughs, and that's
Yeah,
making
but
a
it
joke.
just makes it sounds like you're dying.
Yeah, it
Oh my
sounds
gosh,
like you're
stop.
choking.
Stop
You're
making me laugh. God
Oh,
damn you.
I'm gonna die.
Stop
Oh
it.
my gosh, stop.
Well,
I die when I laugh, apparently, according to Apple.
Stop it.
alright, with that, I think we should end it for tonight.
God.
Before Apple's
Dead
chokes to death.
before he dies.
Stop making me laugh, damn it. I'm dying. Literally.
Alex, you signed us in. Do you want the honours?
Yeah. So thank you everyone for watching. If you are still watching, of course, then you have some sort of like patience.
Power.
Some sort of
Some sort of superhuman power. That or you're, doing something in the background. Either way, as always, you guys have been awesome. Thank you for joining us. You can find us out on our respective pages, which will be linked somewhere. So, I don't know where they link them because I don't do the channel. But yeah, someone will probably link our channels somewhere, or they'll probably be in the featured channels. I don't really know what goes on the channel. I don't really do it. I just do the intros and outros. I'm not very good at it. Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.